Hey, what is up, everybody? Yo, welcome. We have now seen the finale of Porscha's Family Matters. First of all, let's just get right into this. Pam, I'm on time within reason. What's up, Tattle Tells? Thank you so much. Who was it that sent me a super chat? Really quick. Let me just say thank you to my super chats. Thank you, D, for joining. Denise Cooper, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you, Mama. And of course, Diane Johnson, thank you so much for joining. Y'all, first of all, if y'all are not a part of my members only live, what are you doing? I predicted, well, I gave y'all insider tea on what the whole thing was. Did I not tell you what Porscha was acting a fool about? The fact that Dennis said, I'm done playing games with you. I'm not a sperm donor. You cannot act like I'm just pick your daddy for the day, right? And the fact, I hope it's not Simon capping Porscha's mind up, but the fact that Dennis saw what Porscha was up to, and he literally said, like I told y'all weeks ago, when Porscha was posting all that stuff about Dennis said a nasty scene. All Dennis said is, let's get our custody agreement in place. Because I know you and Pilar and Simon are a new family, but we need to get our custody thing in place. And that's exactly what happened. Let me ask y'all something, though. Porscha thinks she's a mastermind. Porscha thinks she's Kaiser Soze. Has anybody told Porscha she's an idiot? Porscha is everything I'm beginning to see with Porscha is about a power move. Everything's a power move. Everything's a power move. But Porscha is not smart enough. And I say this being serious. I'm not trying to drag her. Porscha, everybody needs to play the position. Porscha is not smart enough to make power moves. She doesn't have the forward thought. She doesn't have the thinking. She's too much of a gaslighter. Porscha is more like Littlefinger in Game of Thrones. She whispers, little whispers in the ear. That is Porscha's power. And Porscha literally played kind of like cat's paw, didn't want to have like power moves. She could actually be really powerful and really destructive. But Porscha actually being the Kaiser Soze, being the mastermind, being the Don Corleone and trying to control everybody, it's never going to work because she doesn't have the intellectual range. She doesn't. I know my limits. If somebody says to rule this earth, you must be on time every day of your life, it's a wrap. I guess I'm going to be sweeping floors for the rest of life. I don't have it in me to be on time every single day. I feel like a leash is around my neck. I'm like, free me. I don't like being on time. Again, it's not disrespect to anyone. I just like to be free with my schedule, you know? I like to flow like air. Yo, Porscha is not smart enough to be a man. But listen, we're going to go over a quick overview on my thoughts, and then we're going to go through this scene by scene because this mess was so funny. Ooh, another thing. Porscha is a big deflector, right? If you notice with every scene with Dennis and about Dennis, right? Every scene with Dennis and about Dennis. Welcome to the Tattle Tells D Monrovia. Y'all need to sign up for my members only. And Real Housewives of Atlanta and Old Lady Gangs coming up. I'm going to have Inside Tea about that and a few other shows too. I think I might even start spilling the Inside Tea I have about the OC. I know I haven't been reviewing it because there's too much going on. I'm doing the Tasha K stuff for Daily Trial coverage. And also, y'all, I am hooked. Have y'all watched T.S. Madison's new show on Fox Soul? I am hooked on that show. I am hooked on that show. That show is so good. That show is so good. It was so good. I literally looked to see who was behind the show. Claudia Jordan is the producer on that. That show is so good. Y'all need to watch it. Y'all really, really need to watch it. Thank you so much for the super chat, Regina Morris. Now, one thing I did peep, and we're going to talk about this a little more. Carmen Vaquez, thank you so much for the super chat. And of course, Red Lipstick, you said, Tisa, pour me 5 doses of tea. We about to give it to you raw. Diana Johnson said, Tisa, she said we don't need courts because she can't control Dennis. Exactly. And I told y'all that's what she was mad about. Exactly. D. Monrovia said, Porscha really made us think weeks ago Dennis is something crazy. Porscha's not delusional. She's just a gaslighter and a liar. Now, let's jump into the scene she did with Lonnie, right? The producers hate Porscha's, hate her. They hate her. And the fact that they showed their raw personality. She sat up there and gaslighted Lonnie. Well, she was sitting closer to me. And the thing is, now that I actually see Porscha without Kenya or Candy or Drew or anybody playing interference, I've just been studying her. I see all Porscha's lies. I see her tells. You know, tells are things people do when they're being untruthful or when they're lying or when they're up to something. And it's subconscious. They can't help it. I see all of Porscha's tells. One of Porscha's tells is when she's gaslighting someone, she thinks it's funny and she can barely hide her smirk. Or she does this. What in the world? Nuh-uh. What? Or she'll be like, Listen, when Lonnie said, okay, I want to talk to you, Dennis told me, hey, Sanel, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. Y'all like my little $9.99 clip and ponytail? You know, I never met a clip and ponytail I didn't like. Literally never met. I be making it work. And some days when it doesn't work, but it still be clipped in. All right, listen. When she was sitting at the table with Lonnie, she was gaslighting Lonnie, being her fake self. Now I see what Kate Chaston was talking about when she said Porscha's a huge manipulator and she's fake. She's an actress. But like every actress, right? If you sit there and watch it long enough, you're like, I can tell that you're acting, right? She sat there and gaslit Lonnie when Lonnie said, Dennis told me you had me fired. What? I don't remember that. And it's the same tone she had. Go back and watch that scene when she was at Fallon's house. And Fallon was like, you want some hookah? And Porscha was like, what? Okay. She gets that same shrill tone and she gets that same fake, okay, right? It was the same fakeness, right? However, she gaslit Lonnie, told Lonnie, oh, it's because So-Storm was sitting next to me, delighted and the upset on the thing that she was causing Lonnie. Then she went in. Let me go to my notes because you know I had to take notes. Porscha trying to turn Simon into Uncle Daddy. Hold on. So she said, let's get into it. Porscha is a damn mess. This literally destroyed her image. It destroyed her image. Oh, she said, I don't remember that. Why do you think he said that? She never answered the question about, you don't remember whether you got your cousin fired, so it's a possibility you did? What you mean you don't remember that? That's like somebody to come to me and be like, yo, did you sleep with my father? And me being like, I don't remember that. How you don't believe what you did? Did you get your cousin fired or not, right? She said, what do you think? You know, but what I'm saying is, if Dennis is coming to you saying something like that, then that makes me think, why does he feel so comfortable talking badly about me? Were you saying that? How did you receive this information, Lottie? I asked you, did you get me fired or not? But see, the thing is, Porscha's really good at creating confusion in the moment. If you know that old skit from Dave Chappelle when he was the president and something happened and he was like, oh, hold on. And then he knocked over all the stuff and ran out the room. That's what Porscha does, literally. That's what Porscha does in conversations. She kept redirecting, reframing. By the end of it, she was asking Lottie, are you talking about me? Because why did he feel comfortable to tell you something like that about me? And I was like, where do they do that there? Literally, I'm just looking at Porscha like, right? So then Lottie was also the way Dom and Lauren were looking like, yeah, that was kind of true. And Porscha was like, huh? What? No, because this isn't right, blah, 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 blah. Then after she got done, I thought this was so evil. If there's one thing I can't stand, I don't like gaslighters at all. Now, listen, people spin their story. People have their own opinion on what happened, out. But if there's one thing I can't stand, it's a gaslighter. Because most people that gaslight, it's like, do you think I am stupid? Now, again, sometimes people see reality differently, right? I'm sure there's a few people that say maybe even I gaslit them. To me, I'm like, no, we just have a difference of opinion. That's different. But Porscha literally sat there and did the fake nice thing she always does. Then she got up and cursed Lottie out, but not to her face. That was the humiliating part. Not to her face. She went 10 feet over. It's like, I'm sick of this. My family, I'm sick of this. And cursed Lottie out to the producers, humiliating her. And then when Lonnie couldn't take it anymore, and she broke down in tears. And the producers, Porscha saw a camera was rolling. She saw a moment to take her opportunity. She saw a moment to take her like, oh, now it's time for me to play good girl. And then she came back over with that dry, hollow, listen, you're my cousin and I love you and that's it. That's it. All right? Just so she could have that moment. But the thing is, I now realize on Real Housewives in Atlanta, they were slicing and dicing. They cut out the part where Porscha was acting a damn fool. And they would only show that part where Porscha's hugging Lottie and trying to give her comfort. Even though now we clearly see you gaslit her, you cursed her out, which is super abusive. You humiliated her. You brought her to tears, just like you did Lauren, right? And then you came and you wanted to play the savior. It makes me wonder, remember that scene a long time ago when Lauren was like, I want to do this. You treat me like a slave. I'm paraphrasing. And Lauren started breaking down. And then you saw Porscha being like, you ain't got to wear weave no more, blah, 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 blah. It makes me wonder, what did producers cut out there? Porscha's, and listen, you know the one thing with Dennis and Porscha's meeting at the end? I'm going to go through this scene by scene, but I'm just giving my thoughts. The funniest thing was Dennis is a prophet. Porscha sat down and was radiating anger. She was radiating violence. Literally, even Dennis was like drinking his drink like, you good? Insecurity here? He literally looked like, oh God, crazy Porscha came out to play, right? He did all that stuff. And the thing is, he predicted it. He said, you just mad that you look stupid. And everybody's going to see how dumb you are and who you really are. And Porscha got so mad. And goddamn, Dennis did not call it. Woo! Listen. Now, my sources are saying, people have always told me, because I've always had my doubts about that thing. They said the fight between Laura and Porscha was actually premeditated, right? Because Bravo knew that their beef was fake. So Bravo didn't really want to show that. But that fight was just something to get like a storyline going or something. And Bravo was just that. But to me, but then again, Porscha's a gaslighter. So that's it. And before we get into the scenes, this is the last thing. Did you see how when Porscha, and this is just me gossiping, did y'all see when Porscha and Simon and Dennis were talking? And Dennis said, you just jumping up in the middle of the night to take flights to London. And Porscha lost her damn mind. That's when she ripped her mask off and was like, right? That's when Porscha mad. That's when Hulk Porscha came out. Peach juice mad. Peach juice hit. Right? So you saw how her anger flared up. And I said, you know me being nosy, Simon don't take that girl nowhere but Ecuador, Guatemala, Colombia, and Costa Rica. Right? Right? She don't take her anywhere but there. And I'm sorry, and Cancun, Mexico, for good measure. Who was you visiting in London? Who was you visiting in London that you didn't want to get out that you were visiting in London? And then I thought, wait a second. Isn't Porscha's sugar daddy that bought her the rolls, that took her on the shopping spree, that kicked her on the curb because she wasn't being discreet enough? This is alleged gossip. It's on the blogs. Google it if you don't believe me, right? Make your own mind up. Don't he live in London? Don't he live in London? What was you doing? What was you doing? What was you doing in London? And why, when Dennis let out that you were hopping in the middle of the night onto flights of London, you got really mad and you ain't wanted to come out? What was you hiding in London? Listen, this is just me being messy. I'm speculating, but her sugar daddy that's been all over the blog since 2014, he lives in London, this and that. Simon owns, I don't even know if Simon can even get into London because the rumors are, I think of a Sunday Omni's channel that said that Simon actually got deported because he was convicted of a felony and he got deported, right? And then he had to somehow come back into America. Does he have a citizenship? Who knows? But I do know that certain countries are very strict when you have a certain type of passport and when you have a felony conviction. They're very strict about not letting you in. Australia does that sometimes. Canada does that sometimes. The UK does that sometimes. To me, I think that's why he don't be taking her anywhere except for the Howard Johnson pool in Cancun and that maybe vacation rental in Costa Rica. But that's just my opinion. But that's just something to think about, right? Listen, Mercy Talk said, at this point, Porscha is head of the City Girls. Of what? The City Girls of what? What City Girls is Porscha the head of? Porscha is hustling backwards. The City Girls is where the bag at. Porsha literally filmed a scene in this episode where she was signing papers to make it look like her name was on the deed. And we all know her name wasn't on the deed. So Porsha filmed a scene where she was probably signing that brokerage agreement. You know, the brokerage agreement, the real estate people make you sign where it's like, if you've ever used a realtor, they make you sign it saying any properties we have shown you, if you go back and buy them, you owe us commission. You know that thing you have to do so they can get their commission. So you can't go back around and be like, yo, forget the broker. How about you just discount the price and we just handle it between us? Porsha made a big show of signing documents. These are public records, y'all. Porsha's name ain't on the mortgage. Porsha's name ain't on the deed. So whatever she was signing, it was something for show. But Porsha wanted us to think, because goddamn, Porsha got to live in her little altered reality. The altered reality that thinks that someone who is a co-parent that says, listen, you getting married, I wish you luck, but now that things are changing, I need to solidify my role in my child's life. Let's go for 50-50, right? But I want it mapped out in a judge. Like, I don't want this like between us, because basically I don't trust you. Like I told y'all weeks ago on my Members Only Live, what Dennis was up to and what he was going to. That type of delusion, that dangerous, and I don't even think it's delusion at this point, it's dangerous recklessness. That you're screaming in the restaurant like a banshee again, right? He threatened me. He threatened me with a judge. Girl, nobody threatens you with a judge. Saying, I want to solidify our child custody agreement. Then she tried to say, you don't pay for anything, Dennis. And Dennis is like, who don't pay for nothing? Who don't you pay? There ain't no shortage of money. What she need? What she need? Tell me right now. Oh, that's not the point. Porsha just be saying shit. She just be throwing out lies. And she hopes the dum-dums in the back catch them. And they do. And hold on. Why? Because they like the way her booty look in her Skims by Fendi. Right? They like the way the picture she takes. Yes, queen. They like the way she lies and has, in my opinion, narcissistic behavior over and over and over again, and the way she gets away with it. But here's what they don't realize. I think they admire her for getting away with it, right? I think they admire her for getting away with it because they tried that shit in their real life. And it's a disaster. They get fired. Their family don't mess with them. Friends disown them. But funny enough, that's what's happening right now with Porsha in real life. I guess the roosters have come home to nest. But all jokes aside, nobody messes with them. And when they see Porsha, I'm convinced that it makes them feel good that somebody's up to their little narc antics, right? And for those of you guys that don't think I don't know the difference between a narcissist and a narc, you realize I'm not talking about 21 Jump Street narc. You realize that narc is also short for narcissist. I saw a couple of y'all in the comments being like, you don't even know what narc means. No, sweetie, you don't know what narc means. Anyway, let me get back to what I was saying, right? So these people that are Porsha's fans, I mean like the ones that are still standing by her, like, oh, so what? Everybody does that. You must be crazy. Who wouldn't do what Porsha does in this situation? Sweetie, delete this comment before your friends all block you on Instagram. Oh, who wouldn't do this? The people that think that money is all and anything for a bag with that narc behavior, they live through Porsha because Queen Narc is doing all this shit, accusing people of drugging, of the R word, saying people did this, saying people did that. Queen Narc is doing reckless shit, and all she got to do is give a fake apology, put on a cute outfit, and all's forgiven. But now we see that wasn't ever the case. They were even being bamboozled because the producers were editing it up to make her lovable. But all these people that worship the Queen Narc was just like, oh my God, like, yeah. Like, you wish that's you. It's never going to be you. And truth be told, it's not even Porsha's life. Because we saw what happened when she got away from the whole choke, no joke. You know, what would you rather drive, a Ferrari or a Porsche? When you got into away from choke, no jokes, circle of protection, if you know what I'm saying, we saw what happened after that. We saw what happened after that, right? Listen. I know what some of y'all are saying. Fake apology and cute outfit. What cute outfit? We sick of seeing those Amazon 2 pieces. Let me tell y'all something. Since Porsha's been with her multi-million-dollar boyfriend, and it's just me, listen, we about to get shady. Anybody that's overly morally judgmental, go. So close your ears. Go like this. Go like this, right? Are they gone? Okay, good. Simon went back to school shopping for Porscha. What does that mean? Porscha got what this man is supposed to be worth, maybe 40, maybe 400 million. I got a video about that coming up this week, right? Um, but let's just say it's the low end, the 40 million. You went to like Fendi by Skims, the Versace boutique, and whatever, and you bought like 8 outfits, right? Okay, great, right? If you're working at Walmart, that's a lot, right? If you're working at a 9 to 5, that's a lot. If you're supposed to be 40 million, that ain't nothing, right? You got 8 outfits from Versace at most. Porscha done worn those, put them on Instagram, done this, done that, done her book tour, got that fur, all that stuff. And then after that, she in Amazon 2 pieces. No shade to Amazon 2 pieces. I have a few of my own. But again, to the point, I heard when I said, she just got on a pretty face and a cute thing. No, those Amazon 2 pieces, to me, it screams, you just with a regular dude, which is cool, right? Don't get me wrong. Regular degler's good. But here's what I keep saying about this, right? Listen. Even though Porscha did get Simon's suits from Neiman Marcus, I wonder, because Neiman Marcus will let you take anything back and you get cash. I wonder if Simon secretly took those suits back and then traded that in for her Fendi. Does Neiman Marcus sell Fendi by Skims? No, but it sells Versace. Maybe that's how he got it. Simon is quick with his thing because I ain't seen him in any new clothes, right? He's still wearing his Build-A-Bear size medium stuff, right? There's so much I want to get into. Where was I? Oh, that's right, dragging. So, but I forgot what a dragging on. It doesn't matter. Let's just move on, right? So anyway, this is my point. Ain't nothing wrong for going to Cancun, right? Y'all misunderstand me. Ain't nothing wrong, right? Ain't nothing wrong with, hey, Speak Sister, thank you so much. You said Dennis is a Scorpio and act as a mirror to your dark side. I believe that. Dennis knows how to handle Porscha like a champ. Hey, Rim, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. You said this is the best community for tea in the whole internet. Love everyone here. Thank you so much, Rim. Also, there's 1,877 people in this chat. And let me check how many likes I got. Let's see. Checks notes. I have 1,877 people in my chat, and I have checked notes, 39 likes. I ain't even going to say y'all not ish. Y'all got me up here working. I'm jet lagged, but you know what? I'm not going to complain because I love it. I do this for my people. I do this for the people on replay that's going to hit like. So listen, right? Ain't nothing wrong for Amazon 2-piece. Ain't nothing wrong with going to Cancun. Ain't nothing wrong with just having a middle-class job. Ain't nothing wrong with working at Walmart. Y'all misunderstand me. Nothing. Listen, I've been to highest highs, right? Maybe started off on the lowest lows. I've seen some things. I've seen some, like, it doesn't matter. That's it. I would never judge anybody for where they were financially or for what they're wearing or for what they have. Y'all misunderstand me. Here's my point. If we're in the universe of selling my soul, no, we talking different numbers. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, me doing it for myself, being independent. Yeah, I get up, I go to Rite Aid. Like, yeah, like I'm getting a bag. I don't care what y'all say, right? And I'm the best employee there. And I'm gonna try to make employee of the month. And when I get a nice check from overtime and take my family out to Red Lobster, if y'all think that I'm on some elite, y'all got it wrong. Here's what I'm trying to say. I'm talking about your soul. I'm talking about your reputation. Now, how much is that worth? You gonna sell your soul and still be working at Red Lobster, right? You gonna give up your whole reputation, give up every bag, and ruin your public image for what? A couple of Versace sets? That's when I'm saying you played yourself with the Amazon. Because look at Jeff Bezos. And Jeff Bezos, if you ain't know, divorced his wife to date his best friend's wife. Sorry, I hear people outside arguing. You know I'm nosy. Y'all hear that? Okay, anyway, shut up. Let me stop being nosy and focus on this, right? Y'all know I'm that old lady just be like, shh, shh, shh. I think they arguing. Shh. What they say. That's me. That's gonna be me when I'm 80. Shh, shh. That's gonna be me. So anyway, you wearing an Amazon Live 2-piece? You wearing an Amazon Live two-piece and you gave up your reputation? You busting it wide open for a 6-year-old that most of his exes said was a narc with 5 kids and still trying to learn to co-parent at 6 years old? That's literally living his second childhood, like you throwing it in a circle in the club at 40 years old. That's what you sold your soul for? That's what you sold your soul for? A few Amazon two-pieces and 8 back-to-school outfits? That's what I'm saying. I'm not, listen, you want to sell your soul, but at least do something that makes us respect you. Jeff Bezos' girlfriend, he bought her what? A $558 million mansion in California. She lives on planet Neptune and gets water imported from Mars. I know they said Mars don't have any water, but they made a special exception for her and bought her a few liters down from Mars, right? She's up in the clouds. She can't even hear the peasants hate on her. Meanwhile, Porscha is literally like down here on earth. You sold your soul for that girl, please. Hey, Care Bear, she said she wanted Dennis to care so bad. We all know Simon Old Mushmouth ain't hitting that right, and she big mad. Simon was the second choice. I don't believe Simon was the second choice. I think anybody with a bag was the first choice. And here's the funny thing. Dennis did Porscha dirty. I'm not going to front. He did her dirty when she was pregnant and she was trying to make it work, and he cheated on her. Instead of just being a man and being like, I don't want to do this anymore, and taking the tears and taking the hurt, you decided to go cheat on her. Dennis was dead wrong for that. I will never, ever, ever, ever defend him. However, Mama Gina seemed to have a point, though. Mama Gina still had the point. Porscha is not the type of woman that's going to stay faithful. At least in my opinion, because when somebody else comes with a bigger bag, she gonna be on it. Porscha doesn't see societal norms. She doesn't see societal rules. She does not care. Again, it's giving very narcissistic behavior. Porscha don't care. Porscha's the person, if that was your wife, and she literally was like, oh, let me show you, like, you know, your boss when money comes over, and she's like, oh, let me show you, let me show you the laundry room. And she's busting it wide open in the laundry room, right? Because it's a chance to get a bigger bag. Porscha only cares, to me, about money. Speak Sister said, y'all, Google is not my friend. That's another Dennis McKinley. What other Dennis McKinley? I only know one Dennis McKinley. Hey, C.K. Weiler, you said the show ended so weird. You could tell Bravo cut the code early. Now let's talk about that. And then we're going to get in the recap, okay? We're going to get into it because I got so much to say. I know you like, girl, you've been talking for 27 minutes. You still got things to say? Yes, that's why you came. Who else we got? I see a few super chats. Let me get to them. Hey, Black Swan. Ooh, $50. Make a holler. Thank you, Black Swan. You said, I'm so glad people are seeing Porscha for who and what she really is. Hey, D. Monrovia, you said there's nothing wrong with going to Cancun. However, with Simon supposedly worth $40 million, he's to be took to Bali, Dubai, Seychelles. And that's my point. It's not the point of a relationship that love built. This was not only to secure a bag, only to secure a bag. So why are we sitting here acting, right? I'm being dead ass serious. Hey, TG, thank you. Why are we, you said, read your outline, Tisa. I want to hear it all. Don't miss a thing. You know I got my outline. Thank you, TG. And Speak, TG said, retraction. Oh, Dennis is a Leo. Okay, Dennis is a Leo. Oh, thank you for telling us that. I did not know that. Slay CJ said, in my opinion, Porscha turning 40 scared her and she panicked. I think it's deeper than that. Slay, I agree, turning 40 hurt her the most, but All right, let's get into this review. Y'all ready? Let's go. Let go. Hold on, let me just shut my notifications before I go on my super chat. Hold on. Oh, so Lakeisha Ganson said, I wonder, has Simon's child ever met her child? Yeah. When she stayed an extra week at her hotel, at the luxury Holiday Inn in Cancun, the Howard Johnson, if you will. And then the other day at the impromptu birthday party after, remember, I called them out on it, like, where's the birthday party? And they had a child's birthday party with no friends. Just all grown-ups and 2 boys. He grabbed them so quick and went to laser tag and was like, give me 2 extra pizza, lasers, poses. And you know Porscha, because before when those kids used to pose with Simon, they were like this, right? Like just like whatever, right? Again, they look like kids that were posing with a very strict parent. After Porscha got the PR media training, now she catches them all like Listen, I'll say one thing. Porsha knows how to stage fake smiles. Porsha knows how to stage fake smiles. But again, if you are any study of just humans, if you've been alive more than 20 years, you can look and be like, this is so fake. And I'm wondering why you do this fake, right? Also, also, um, listen, listen, Porsha tried to trap Dennis, but he didn't trap Dennis. And you know why she didn't trap him? Because Mama Gina was there. She tried her best. And that's why she really mad at Mama Gina. Mama Gina literally was like her Scooby, like her diabolical. Mm. Mm. Listen, I want you to listen to this. Dennis summed up the whole show with this. Y'all ready for this? Hold on. Her whole face broke when Dennis said, "This is an epic fail for you because people know you look stupid, right?" Listen, people know. Listen. Okay, so listen. Here we go. Now, why when Porsha already started being petty? We starting from the very beginning. When Porsha started being petty, and the producer came and said, "Oh, I thought you was Dennis. You dressed like Dennis." First of all, you knew that wasn't Dennis. No shade to Dennis, but Dennis always got a watermelon under his hoodie, right? No shade to him, right? But because Dennis is a mover and a shaker, that belly ain't stopping nothing, right? But what I'm saying is, you knew that wasn't Dennis with the windbreaker. My first thoughts were, in the season 5, girl, your granddaddy, you are dating a man that is known for his red sweatshirt that looked like he wearing Juicy Couture terry cloth sweatshirt and Hanes Her Way bottom sweatsuit to a red head to toe red sweatsuit in 2 different materials with black security guard socks and black Air Force Max. And then you got the nerve, he got the nerve to have like a Jeezy Jay-Z cap on because you know he saw all the rappers, you know, because he thinks Jeezy's the coolest thing ever. He saw all the rappers wearing it and he got like a flat cap. He got a flat bag, a snapback on. There, talk about this, but he's 6 years old, somebody's grandfather. Again, this is not being about age. You can do it, do it, do it. I know 60, 70, and 80-year-olds that outdress me. Shut up, y'all in the back saying ain't hard to do, Tisa. But seriously, but Simon ain't never had any style and he can't dress. And also, you dress like Dennis. Porsha, what you dress like? Your whole thing is wearing something skin tight head to toe, and then you throw a vest on, or you might throw some shoes on, or you throw fats on. Literally, the only thing you wear is something that can show off your butt. And you got the nerve to say you dress like Dennis? Out of everybody, Dennis is the best dressed one out of everyone. Black Swan, thank you so much. Did I say thank you for your super chat, Black Swan? I think I did. Hold on. Let me just make sure. I gotta go where the money reside, where the money reside, where the money reside. Black Swan, yeah, I did. Thank you so much for your super chat, Black Swan. Listen, now Porsha is crazy and Porsha is a liar. Now, when she was sitting in that confessional, she said, "Well, when Dennis came back from Mexico, he met with me and he apologized. He met with me. No, he didn't say he apologized. He said, when he came back, he said something about how he thinks he was wrong." Porsha is such a dumb liar. She couldn't even get the lie out of her mouth. Didn't say apologize and didn't say anything to her. Now, here's the thing. Opening scene, I also was like, Portia's crazy. You literally, and Dennis knows she's crazy. Dennis, I believe, knows that Porsha is like a little bit touched. I truly believe that because he was standing at that door as if the devil was like, "You ain't gonna come in?" And he was just like, "No." Hey, even when she brought PJ over, he was like, he didn't even with his lips over that boundary. You acted a damn fool, tore up the restaurant, tried to get this man arrested, tried to fight his mom. And then And then you coming over being like, would you like some coffee? I have some General Mills international coffees. Would you like a French cappuccino? Dennis was looking at her like, this girl is crazy. And I see why he sent custody papers. As soon, remember I called it on my Members Only Live, as soon as he left Mexico, he hit her up with those custody papers. I called it, right? Listen, it's a disassociation for me. Now, Aunt Liz and Lauren, this is some of the things I want to take away. For all these people doing PR for Porscha, right? Aunt Liz even said that Dennis handled that situation beautifully. Who? Are you calling Aunt Liz a liar? Because even Aunt Liz said Dennis ain't touched that woman. Aunt Liz had such high regard for Miss Gina and said Dennis in the situation he's in, he did phenomenal. And said she loved him and went out with him. You really think Aunt Liz will be condoning a man hitting her granddaughter? I'm being dead serious. So for anyone that's out here being a mouthpiece, this and that, explain Aunt Liz. I dare y'all, because y'all been calling me a liar for the longest, even though every goddamn thing I said about this show came to pass. Everything. And I told y'all back in July when nobody even wanted to cover this. I get what happens in YouTube though. People want other people to break the story so they can talk about it, but nobody actually wants, well, it doesn't even matter. But my whole point is, y'all calling Aunt Liz a liar? I dare y'all to call Aunt Liz a liar because ain't nothing about it. You can't say she's messy. You can't say she's a hater. You can't say she wants to be Porscha. You can't say she's doing it for clout because Aunt Liz low-key got more clout than Porscha will. Porscha's known for busting down a stripper. What's Aunt Liz known for? I'm being dead serious. Porscha talking about she wants to retire because her daughter, this and that. She's going to see the Bolo episode. Literally. Anyway, so we got Aunt Liz and Lauren. Aunt Liz is saying she loves the way Mama Gina took accountability. She loved the way Dennis let go and took accountability, right? When Dennis took that little swipe at Porscha saying, I'm letting go of things that aren't important. That's why Porscha's so mad, because Porscha figured out, guess what? She ain't important to Dennis, right? Listen. And she literally said, and you got to ask, what did Dennis do to Porscha if everybody in Porscha's family is still holding Dennis in such high regard? He ain't do nothing to Porscha. He ain't do nothing to Storm. It was all caps. It was all lies. And Porscha was hoping she could create enough confusion that the subject would be changed. That's why she even showed that tattoo with Simon. I got a video about that coming out tomorrow, right? She thought that if she did enough confusion, people would look past the fact of, you started a fight, you acted reckless. You really could, the way she was throwing shit and hitting, she could have really hurt someone. I even really think some of those scars from Storm are from Porscha. Porscha could have really hurt someone. But you know what? That's what Porscha wanted. Porscha wants to really hurt somebody, right? Now we get to the Pilar surgery. And y'all, this is deep. And I'm going to say an unpopular opinion, but let me get to my point, right? Pilar surgery, very sad. Anytime a child is hurt, it's very sad, right? They're like little babies. You just want to hold them. Like they're just so soft and gentle and like, right? Porscha wanted to be in that room with Dennis. Porscha want Dennis to care about her so bad. And I really think most of Porscha anger comes from is the fact that Porscha wanted to be the one for Dennis, the one that got away. Porscha, I don't even think, at this point, I don't even really think Porscha really likes Dennis, or maybe Porscha just has to control everybody in her stratosphere, right? Everybody in her role. D. Monrovia said, there's nothing wrong with going to Cancun. Oh, you already said that. Sorry. You already said that. Who? I'm missing super chats. Hold on, guys. I got to make my money, please. Y'all want to hit the like button, so please allow me to make some money. It'll only take a second, and then I will get back to the nonsense, okay? Please allow me to make my money. Hold on. Let's say, who sent me a super chat? Someone did. It's down here somewhere. Ooh, here we go. Ooh, hey, Sandra ATL. You said, in reality, only Porscha and Dennis really know what happened in the relationship. Who knows what she has done? Dennis is a man, is not going to tell he just openly cheated. That's true. I'll give that. But my whole point is, Porscha want Dennis to care so bad. And in Porscha's mind, right? Porscha was like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Either let's get together or let's move on, or somebody else is going to grab me. And Dennis was like, okay, so next girl, have fun in life. Porscha went and got engaged. In her mind, Dennis was supposed to be like, damn, that's the one that got away. And he got more money than me. And he got this. And she doing good. Damn, I messed up. She wants Dennis to care so bad. But what happened in reality, right? What happened? Thank you, Elaine Chin, for the super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you, Elaine Chin. What happened in reality, though, is that Dennis was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Have fun. Okay, so I'll bring another date. It hurt Porscha to her core, not the cheating. The fact that Porscha, people are saying, got pregnant about 3 weeks or 6 weeks after her first date with Dennis. They agreed to try to maybe make a family because who wouldn't? You're pregnant, you're pretty, let's try to make it work. He realized it couldn't work. He was a coward. He did not tell her, I didn't want this, and he just cheated on her. We will give that. However, that happened long ago. How long? Listen, if Porscha does not want to be judged for literally trying to ruin Candy's career, lying on Kenya Moore, Porscha's lied on everybody, made up shit, does what she wants. Remember the shit she said about like Todd has an alter ego named Marvin? Remember she said Candy? I'm not even going to repeat it because I don't even want to get through, right? But if Porscha accepts to be forgiven for trying to beat 4 people up on 4 different occasions at work and making up those lies and doing this, how long you going to hold this man cheating over your head? Porscha, you can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways, darling. You can't have it both ways. If you want to be forgiven for all your transgressions, and there's many, when you going to let anybody go for the transgressions against you? But in Porscha's mind, that's not the way it works. What she did, it was her heart. What everybody else is evil and they need to pay. But the thing is that hurts Porscha's soul so much is Dennis made her realize that he ain't give a damn about her, to the point of, I think she was like, damn, did you ever even care? Dennis let her know through his actions that Porscha means less than nothing to him. And for a control freak, and in my mind, somebody that exhibits, from what I see, narcissistic behavior, it was too much. That cut was the deepest. She couldn't take it. And now she keeps trying to engage in these dumb ass power games, these power moves, these mind games. Sweetie, your arms aren't long enough to box with God. Porscha is a little finger. I've said it at the beginning of chat, like little finger, Game of Thrones, whisper, whisper, whisper. She cannot be beat in a game of whispers. But the minute she has to become strategic, a mastermind, Porscha is too, not even emotional. Porscha is too hot-headed. She's too short-sighted, and she lacks the intellectual depth to actually understand people, right? To really, remember when Lonnie said, when you're talking to Porscha, it's like Porscha's just listening so she can answer, right? But she's not really hearing the person. Porscha lacks the intellectual depth that it takes to truly understand people. She's not interested in understanding them. She wants to keep it shallow so she can control. Because when you understand people and you listen to them, you cannot treat people with no empathy. You cannot do cold-blooded things like make up lies about criminal activities or literally beat someone because they literally told a joke and everybody laughed at you. Because you see people as human. And when you see people as human, you see yourself and other people. That's where empathy comes from. Porscha, because she doesn't have any empathy, most people that lack empathy, it's an intellectual barrier too. You cannot find an intellectual realm where you can see and truly see what's in somebody's heart and their motivations, Now, here's the thing. Yeah, she lacks comprehension, but she lacks empathy. But she lacks empathy because she doesn't see people as real. That's what I see. All she's worried about is controlling them. She's not worrying about even feeling what they're feeling, where they're coming from, what they mean, who they are. That's it, right? Now, Pilar surgery. If Dennis was going to be there, you hate Dennis so bad. That was probably Porscha's dream. You see the way she was talking about it? We were in a 10 by 10 room. It was horrible. We ordered Uber Eats and eventually things like that. Girl, you were loving every minute of that. Because let me tell you something. If you really weren't trying to mess with Dennis and Dennis was there taking care of his daughter, you guys would have been like, all right, so you come from 6 to 7 and then I'll come from 8 to 10 and then you come from 10 to 12. They would have had it switching off, tag teaming. Porscha wanted to be in that room so bad because, again, she wants Dennis to care. At this point, she still thinks maybe it's something, but Dennis let him know, no, you are completely disposable to me. Not in an ignorant way, but in the worst way, when it's just like, oh, okay, well, when people try to move friends for benefits into something more, and they're just like, listen, I don't want to keep having this if we're just going to be having casual relationships. I want something more. And they're just like, okay, well, yeah, definitely. You deserve more. No, I completely understand. Let's just end this because you deserve more. That's the way Porscha was sitting there looking dumb, right? Now, listen, again, the fact that Aunt Liz is telling Dennis, you are a good man, you are a good Black father, those were not the words of somebody that saw their granddaughter or their niece be assaulted. Aunt Liz got too much sense for that. Again, all the goddamn Porscha stands can say I'm hating, can say this, can say that shit about Aunt Liz. Say that, but knowing Porscha's fans, they would. Oh, she just mad. Aunt Liz just mad because Porscha's booty fatter. Porscha's fans will say some dumb shit like that. You just mad because her ass fatter. You just mad because this is the world that they live in. So, of course, I'm sure they're going to say Aunt Liz is a hater. Hey, Angie Winston, you said she tried to get Dennis riled up by mentioning Gina twice in their combo. Peep when Dennis spoke of a prenup. Sounds like Dennis heard about Simon. You know he did. Listen, Dennis McKinley does his homework. As soon as the conversation isn't going her way, she disengages and gets defensive. Actually, I will say with that conversation, Porscha came in hot. I don't know if that conversation between her and Dennis, like I said, Dennis was sitting there drinking his drink like, is security here? What's going on? Porscha came in, she was vibrating anger. Literally, if Porscha sat down with me, I would have literally picked up a knife and put it like underneath. I would have put my napkin on my lap, like they do in like those secret agent movies. I'd have put my napkin in my lap, and then took like my knife and quietly slipped it under my napkin and been like, yeah, I'm sitting on ready. Go ahead and make a move because I'm watching. I literally would have been like, just be prepared for when the blood starts spurting out. I've seen it in the movies. How bad can it be? Literally, I would have tried to arm myself. Listen, I don't know if y'all didn't see it. If you ever see anybody coming up to you with that energy Porscha walked in, protect yourself, remove yourself from the situation, or slip that knife underneath the napkin and just think of every scene in the Bourne Identity. So you can like put some work in, because I'm telling you, she came in on 100 and she was radiating violence. I felt that. I was like, oh, I hope nothing happened. Listen, hold on, guys. Listen. So Dennis actually posted on his Instagram the season finale of my sister's show. And he put a bunch of emojis. He said, my sister's show, Porscha Family Matters. Yo, the whole world saw you looking stupid. And that side. Miss B says, Dennis wants someone who ain't for the streets. He seems to want a low-key brick house with substance. That's exactly what Dennis wants. And honestly, if Porscha had more depth, that could be her. But Porscha is a shallow person. And listen, ain't nothing wrong with being shallow. There's something wrong with being shallow and trying to take everybody into your little pools, right? Do you think Peach Juice gets so much mail she missed those certified mail papers? We're going to get to that lie. Porscha acting stupid like she ain't no Dennis sent custody papers. Then Porscha turned around and said, well, it was my idea to get formalized. And Dennis is like, all right, it's your idea, but I did it. And Porscha got mad at that. He threatened me. He threatened me with a judge. Again, do you know what I realized? We're looking at Porscha's behavior like it is batshit crazy and nonsensical. No. This is what Kenya and all them been telling, and Candy too, but Candy's too nice to say it. Candy is too much of a diplomat to say it, but she even low-key read Porscha a few times, right? But she's too much of a diplomat to call her on her shit. Let me tell y'all something. Porscha always been this person. She just kept getting a good edit. And once everybody figured out the producers were in her pocket, nobody wanted to go against her because they knew that social media would turn against her. We are seeing Porscha after years and years and years of her knowing she can do whatever she wants, and they're going to chop that down so she looks like America's sweetheart. Listen, AH, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that, AH. A couple other things I want to get to. Hold on, y'all. Nerva, you said Andy is staying clear from this shit show. He makes no mention on tonight when announcing his guest. Listen, Andy did Porscha a favor by having her on in the beginning. And you know Andy will give somebody a platform to save themselves. If Andy likes you, he will give you a platform to save yourself. Now, he's not going to sacrifice himself to do it, but he's like, if you can make the public move the public. Let's see what you got. Part the Red Seas. Porscha took out her staff to part the Red Seas, and it was just like, And then she took out her staff of mighty producers and emotional manipulation to part the Red Seas of public opinion. Like, you shall open. And it was just like, and Porscha was just sitting there looking stupid. And that's when she decided to start windmilling people, right? Starting with Mama Gina first. Now, right? Porscha probably done canceled Aunt Liz after this episode. We're going to talk about that shady shit she did to Aunt Liz because I caught it and ain't nobody stupid, right? Also, just how Bardot said, Porscha probably done canceled Aunt Liz. Listen, Porscha has not gone, my sources are saying, to anything in the Hosea Foundation in the past year. Now, Simon keeps popping up because you know that man is a goddamn clout chaser. And we're going to talk about Simon. If y'all didn't see that thing, Simon made a comment where he dragged Black women and said he fears this is why every time he sees a Black woman, his heart, I'm paraphrasing. Well, I'm going to read it exactly. His heart is filled with fear because he's like, please, Lord, don't let her be a hater. Please, Lord, don't let this Black woman be bitter like the rest of them. Please, Lord, let this woman love her sisters instead of trying to pull her down. Simon is not for us. And the funny thing is, you talk about every time you see a Black woman, I'll post the comments. It's in the video. If y'all don't believe he said that, your heart's filled with fear because we're bitter haters. When you with the most bitter hater, violent both of y'all walking stereotypes also. That's the real gag. So maybe I shouldn't put too much credit into it, right? Okay, so Keep It Simple TV had said, why is Pilar still in diapers? Isn't she only 1.5? Pilar's still a baby. Let's not talk about Pilar. Pilar is honestly still a baby. She all right. She's all right. You know, she's just a cute little snuggle bunny. You know, Pilar. She's just a little snuggle bunny, right? Now, again, let's get back to Aunt Liz. Aunt Liz said, you're a good Black father. And then she said on the grid, Dennis is a good man. She told Dennis to his face, you were in a situation where you tried to leave, but you weren't able to leave. She literally was doing everything she could not to throw Porscha under the bus. Again, I dare anybody that's in Porscha's circle or one of Porscha's lackeys to try to defend this and say that Aunt Liz is lying. Since y'all want to be like, I'm lying, I dare y'all to say Aunt Liz is lying. But I know y'all going to find a way. I know you're going to say. Now, we talked about Porscha and Lonnie. Porscha can't hide her smart. That was the most evil scene I've ever seen. Gaslighting, then humiliating her off camera, cursing her out in a restaurant where she's in public, bringing her to tears. And then when she got tears, you only went there with that fake reconciliar, like so you could look like the good guy in the editing. Porscha knows how to get her angles and shots. And if you even look at her Instagram, half her Instagram, because you know I've been on it, is nothing but recycled posts. The post she's playing now, Pilar, you're my heart, you're my world, you're my this. That shit, the stuff she's posting now in that little purple two-piece, that shit is from October. Your heart and your world, you don't have any current pictures of you playing with your daughter? Girl, I guess. But I guess it's not about how you look for your daughter. I guess you don't got any current pictures of you. But it also lets you know that Porscha's posting stuff out of order in the timeline because she's trying to get this narrative. Meanwhile, she's hiding in her little, not even her mansion. She's hiding in Simon's new investment property that he will shortly sell. A8 said Candy is an absolute saint for all those things she's forgiven Porscha for. Dennis deserves PJ's address. He won't let Porscha use PJ to punish him. Let me tell y'all something. After that exchange where he was like, so where y'all moving to? Around you. I've never wanted to say this because I always thought it was a stereotype. Porscha is giving bitter baby mama syndrome. You know how guys be like, my baby mama's crazy. And you usually look at them like, boy, just get the bill. I don't even want to hear what you got to say. As soon as somebody says my baby mom's crazy, I'm like, you're a dog. Dennis could be one person that could sit across from you and say my baby mama's crazy, and it's 100% white. My baby's mama will try to fight you for no reason. My baby's mama will show up and act a fool and not care. My baby mama is keeping the baby away from me. My baby mama won't let me know where the address is. My baby mama is cursing me out in public for no reason and making up lies. She literally is the stereotype of a negative person that unfortunately you choose to have a kid with. Hey, Lady Purpose, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Let's get into the next thing, and then we're going to take callers. Also, you said Porscha seems to have stopped promoting the shows on social media. She stopped promoting it 4 weeks ago. After the third episode, she saw that James, right, the producer, that she was just like, "Are you done with? No, I'm sorry. Are you done with the scene? Okay, I gotta go." And she kept doing all the stuff she does on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, where she be literally walking out of scenes, doing this, doing that. Those producers hated Porscha, and you know how they got her back. And this is the real drag. They just showed the real you. Hey, Amoy Martin, thank you so much for the super chat. I love you too. They showed the real her, and that's what happened. But let's go on. I'm just like, that shit with Lonnie. Well, why is Dennis telling you this stuff about me? What are you saying to receive this? Girl, I asked you, did you get me fired? Yes or no? That's the thing. Porscha knows who to mess with, because the people that she can't best, like you look at Kenya Moore. Her shit did never worked on Kenya. So what did she do? She did sneak attacks and helped Phaedra destroy Kenya's reputation. That's another thing. Y'all be taking up for Porscha. The shit Porscha has done, the pure evilness, and all because she showed up and her butt was looking fat. I can't. Y'all ain't seeing heaven. Y'all ain't seeing heaven. Now, Porscha is a projector, right? Everything Porscha accuses other people to do, that's what she's doing. When she said to Lonnie, Dennis is trying to get inside your mind. No, Porscha, that's what you do, right? The lambskin Chanel bag with the baby oil. I can see firing an assistant over that. A Chanel bag's what, 8,300? Even the cheapest one is like 4,000, maybe 3,000, right? How much are Chanel bags now? I know they've gone up in thing, but I can see with the lambskin and the baby oil, even though you can just, this is how you can tell Porscha ain't never had nothing. If you ever get lambskin on a baby oil or anything on a lambskin bag, you can send it straight back to Chanel, or you can send it to, there's a place in London that actually does deep repairs, and they can get that oil stain out. But Porscha ain't never had shit, so she wouldn't know, right? Now, here's the other gaslighting thing. When Lonnie was like, listen, I would like us to be closer. Like, and Lonnie was being genuine. I would like us to be closer. And when she said that jab to Lonnie, well, actually, I'm the same amount of closeness to Storm as I have you, which is true. Because we saw how Storm literally got abandoned after this show. Porscha was sitting there acting like, oh, big sis, little sis, all this stuff. I'm your big cousin, little cousin. When Storm needed her and was having that breakdown because the pressure from social media was on her head, I'm not defending Storm because her young ass needs to be held accountable. But Dennis is a saint, the fact that all this shit went on and he's just letting it slide. Even the way he's like, that's Pilar's family. I got to do something. I got to do this and that. And he's like, hey, Jewel Adams. Thank you so much, Jewel, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Hey, it's Latasha. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate you, mama. Thank you. But honestly, she said, you weren't there for me when I was in an abusive relationship. And Lonnie was like, okay, I was in college. You're literally trying to gaslight someone that was a little girl in college, and you're her big cousin, and you're trying to say that she wasn't there for you? Girl, get out of here. Look, Porscha looked like such an asshole. Porscha looked like such an asshole in that scene. And when Lonnie started crying, there's one thing I don't like. I don't like that mess. That really broke my heart. And I was like, Porscha, you are such an asshole. You deserve, because in the beginning, I thought Simon was taking advantage of Porscha. And I would always be like, free Porscha Williams, free Porscha Williams. But now that I've actually seen and I've talked to people that know her and we're seeing it play out on TV, Porscha's just a bad person. Simon is her karma. And guess what? She's Simon karma's too. They mark my words. And this is just me knowing what I know about human relationships, human instincts. I'm not God. Who knows? They could be together till Simon's 120, Porscha's 100, right? They could have 50 kids, right? I don't know, right? Maybe she'll find some water to add to that powdered milk. But I'm guessing that they are going to be each other's undoing, and it is going to be like literally, right? Listen, here's the thing. I heard when somebody said that Keith Sweat got his kids, Ludacris and others got their kids, right? But you need to realize that Keith has full custody. Luda has split custody, right? But nobody ever follows up after the black blog post to actually see what's going on. All right. Woo, Aunt Liz and Dennis. First of all, is it just me? Again, I don't know. I don't want to be judgmental. So let me know in the comments, right? And if you're listening, let me know in playback. Is it no? Pilar is old enough to understand stuff, right? Am I the only one that is uncomfortable in the fact that Porscha keeps having these scenes where she's talking trash about Dennis, how he ain't allowed in the house, how she's a little worried, how he's a little scared, but she's cooking for Pilar and making stuff about Pilar? Again, I know her and Dennis have beef, but you don't think you could like excuse yourself and take the phone call and that other conversation so Pilar is not involved in grown folks' business? There is nothing worse, I would imagine, as a child than knowing things about your parents you shouldn't know. Some things you need to know for your own protection. But when it comes to just problems that your mom and dad have, why do you need to know about that as a child? Does Porscha have any idea how much weight that is and how much burden that is for a child to know the dumb arguments the mom and dad go through? Seriously, if you guys are going to get through it, then I don't need to know. Just move on, right? I'm being dead ass serious. Again, let me know in the comments. Maybe I'm wrong. Hey, Edie Lusk, thank you so much. Thank you. It's Lusk or Lusk. I'll be added in pronunciations. Edie Lusk, thank you so much for the super chat. Now, Portia's delighting about Dennis being in the hospital, trying to act like it tortured her. You know that was Christmas for her. She was probably like, she was probably like, Pilar, you want to see another day? Just so she could stay with Dennis. She lied, saying he apologized for Mexico. He apologized for doing something. He ain't apologized for hitting you. And when the producer said, did you apologize? And Porscha was like, no. For what? Because it ain't never Portia's fault. Nothing is ever Portia's fault. You know when I knew Porscha was sick? When she literally was around town with with Fallon at that time husband, right? When she was all around town in Atlanta, everybody knew, right? It's been rumored that half the people at the reunion knew about that relationship. You literally went to this woman's pool, literally was twerking in the pool, smoking hookah, going out the clubs afterwards. You took clothes out of that woman's closet. And for those of y'all say it was a stretchy one piece, and Porscha will push herself into a one piece, right? And that's another thing. Y'all stop acting like Porscha is a size 18. Don't get me wrong. Fallon is like shaped like a Victoria's Secret model, right? But Porscha ain't big either. Right now, is she Victoria's Secret model tiny? No, but stop acting like Porscha is a 16 double wide, right? But my whole point in saying this is, you did all this slimy, grimy, you crossed. So like Dennis said, you look like the gold digger of the century. You ain't never living this down, especially in Atlanta. And you had the nerve to sit there and go on a press tour, making yourself the victim. You saw somebody else's man. You were cheating on them. You were doing this, and you made yourself the victim somehow. Girl, I guess, right? Now, listen. Porscha versus Mama Gina, right? Mama Gina is frustrated. Gina says she's frustrated, sad, taken aback. But they all know that Porscha's crazy. But I can see Mama Gina being so sad because what do you do with stuff like that? Because unlike Porscha, Mama Gina has boundaries. Mama Gina obviously raised Dennis, right? But Mama Gina also has boundaries. Mama Gina ain't going to be trying to fight her granddaughter's mother because Mama Gina's like, this is my granddaughter's mother. I got to find a way to get along. Porscha don't care about none of that because actually Porscha wants to destroy those bonds because like I said, Porscha is so mad that Dennis don't want her, right? So mad. Cher Brown said, thanking Simon for a bag when Dennis bought you so many luxury bags. What was that about? We about to get into that. And Cindy Johnson, welcome to the Tattle Tells. But what I want to say is, right, Porscha is so mad that Dennis don't want her. Dennis, and when I say Dennis don't want her, everybody's just like, oh, Dennis and Porscha still got feelings. Dennis don't got feelings for Porscha. Dennis let him know, oh, okay, well, I'll go get another girl. Have fun with your life. It's literally like, oh, you were fun to do right now. But when's the only time Dennis ever gets upset or shows emotion? Over Pilar or his mother? And who's the two people that Porscha keep playing about? His mom, bringing her up when she don't have to be, pushing that button, and also acting stupid about Pilar. Again, Porscha is the epitome of a toxic baby mom. That stereotype was made for Porscha. Well, I actually didn't think that stereotype existed. I thought it was some misogynistic bullshit. But Porscha's showing us women can be assholes too. Women can be assholes too. T Breezy said Porscha doesn't want a parenting plan through the courts because it'll throw a monkey wrench in her and Simon's travel plans. Get up and go will become a no. That's true, but I also want to say Porscha and Simon don't be traveling like that. Look at her timeline. Half those outfits are recycled. Porscha don't be traveling like that. She just puts on the image like she was. She puts on the image. When's the last time Porscha been in Costa Rica? October? Every other picture you see after that is recycled. When's the last time she's been in Costa Rica? October? Maybe because they couldn't get a lease. They couldn't get that same property. It was booked up for that week, right? So anyway, right? Again, is it cool for Porscha to talk about that daughter's, like the beef that her and Dennis go in front of Pilar? I don't know. I feel like that's confusing for a child. If you want to get over, let it go. Chris Glass said, I know Cordell is laughing at this show. I'm glad he got away from you. Know Cordell is laughing his butt off. When I say Cordell dodged a bullet, Cordell dodged a bullet like he was on some Matrix. Woo! Cordell did some Matrix dodging. Cordell did some Matrix dodging. Woo! Let's get back into this. Hold on. Let's get back into the recap. Hold on really quick, guys. Got to check to see if my honey texted me. Okay. So now, here we go, right? Now, did anybody, well, I don't even think it was any secret. Did y'all see Aunt Liz when she shaded the hell out of Miss Diane's family, trying to say like Porscha wasn't raised right, when she told Dennis, I want to take you to meet the real Hosea Williams family. And I said, shots fired. Go ahead with that old head shade. I love an old head shade, right? Listen, she said, you know, there's a Hosea had 7 children, this and that. There's different sides of the family. And then there's the Diane side of the family, the ones that don't know how to act. It reminded me of that meme Monica had when she said, this is one side of family, when they were getting out all church going like, hello, good morning, God bless. And then there was the other one getting out smoking a blunt in the bathroom, talking about some, hey, what's going on? Come on. Listen, she basically saying that Diane's family is a hot ghetto mess and Porscha was raised in the middle of this, right? Now, the funny thing is, when that woman, Nigerian woman, was making the food with Porscha, trying to teach Porscha how to do it, right? And she said, Nigerian women are very gentle. And the girl was like, no, yo, why do I feel like Simon, because Porscha ain't never been anywhere, right? Why do I feel like, and I only say this, but I'll get it back, but why do I feel like Simon ran some game on Porscha, right? Ran some game on Porscha about the way Nigerian women are and the way she needs to be more Nigerian woman. Like Nigerian women are submissive, the man this, the man that. Don't get me wrong, the men are the leaders of the house, but I met one Nigerian woman that was submissive. No. They honor their husbands, but submissive, that's going to be a no from me. Do you know what I'm saying? I just feel like Simon was capping her head up, right? Now, Lauren said that look, when Porscha said, I'm just going to tell him I cooked this food, the look Lauren threw, the other Lauren's sister threw Lauren friend, which is like, Porscha always lying. That look Lauren threw, it's like even your own sister know you are live from the pits of hell, right? Simon walked in. I smell something familiar. Shut up, boy. You won't be eating Nigerian food. When Porscha said, I'm cooking you Nigerian breakfast, he's like, oh, really? What are the ingredients? Shut up, boy. You don't... something sounds familiar. That was the most staged scene I ever got. I know what happened. Porscha's like, I'm going to make you some Nigerian food and we're going to have like a really cute scene and this and that. So Simon had to come in. But you know, Simon is so heavy-handed and plotting, right? Something smells familiar. Yes, that is completely how human beings talk. Something smells familiar. Nothing smells good. Or, what you cooking? That smells like, what you, no. Something smells familiar. Great job, Simon. You should do improv. I like you, kid. You got style, right? So then, also, Porscha putting this Nigerian food down. This is the thing about Simon. He's only been back to Nigeria 4 times and he's 60, right? One of the times is when he allegedly got deported. One is when his father died. One is when he tried to use, in my opinion, Porscha as a business card so he could get into some rooms that he couldn't get in alone, right? And once I think when he was like born and he lived there up until he was 17, right? So he's only been in Nigeria four times. Simon does not strike me as somebody that's very into his culture because, again, from me outside looking in, it looked like Porscha is enamored in being an African princess and has always been enamored in coming to America, and this was her fantasy. And Simon was taking a part of his culture that he never really embraces, is my opinion, right? That he never really like he never really. It's like if somebody is just like, oh my God, America, let's go get hamburgers and hot dogs, and I'm just like, I mean, maybe, but there's a Greek place down the street. You sure you don't want to get any kebabs? You don't want to get any tacos? Like, you don't want to go get Moroccan food? And they're just like, no, I want hamburger helper and I want hot corn dogs and I want funnel cake. And I'm like, I mean, I guess. No, take me to this place called 7-Eleven. I want to eat there. And they're all enamored in food that I'm just like, I mean, I guess, right? Fine, we can go eat in a 7-Eleven. I feel like that's the way Simon is with Nigerian food and culture. I think it's more of a big deal for Porscha and she's living out a fantasy and Simon don't care. Because even then, the first time, even on all his Instagram feed, that you really saw him even in traditional wear was when Porscha bought him some. And even then, it looked like the stuff from Alibaba Express. But I don't know. That's just me. Let's move on. Also, in that traditional Nigerian meal, where's the fufu? Where's the fufu? Where's the stuff to eat it? Where is everything? You literally sat down for a Nigerian meal with all those stews and no fufu. And you trying to tell me this? Again, I'm not Nigerian, so I can't judge the culture. But even I looked at that meal and was like, something's missing. And how many times is he actually taking you to eat real Nigerian food that you don't realize that the most important thing is missing? All that stew and no fufu. Anyway, let's get into this. Now, Simon said, hey, I got something to show you. And then he's like, hey, I got something to show you. Hey, just Jonda said, so Simon's in skinny jeans. We're going to act like that didn't happen. Listen, when Simon is in skinny jeans, it literally looks like it cuts his circulation off. I feel like Simon was maybe at 34, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And now he's still squeezing in there, but he can barely walk. Simon walking with those skinny jeans, it's like, just put back on the red one-piece, Hanes your waist set and call it again, right? Now, where was I? That's right, Dragon. Simon's like, I got something to show you, and held his phone up. And she's like, what's that say? And I was like, Lord, can Porscha read? Because at this point, I just look at her like, let's truth intelligence test. I know intelligence tests are that, but I just want to see if you're even baseline, right? Now, she said that he's finally divorced, right? Porscha, again, watch it to see Portia's tells, and when she lies, she always takes a gulp after she tells like a really big lie. She said, that Simon's lawyer said that this is the longest that a settlement's ever taken to come through in a divorce. That's funny, Porscha, because you've been divorced before. First of all, there was no settlement. They had the documents. It just needed to be entered into the court. Second of all, Porscha, you've been divorced. And for anybody that's been divorced knows the fastest you can get divorced in America, and this is if both people sign off on it and say, yes, today, is 3 months. That's the fastest you can get divorced. Georgia even makes people go to some type of like counseling just to make sure that they're ready to actually get divorced. So for Porscha to sit there and act like she doesn't know that when you file divorce papers, there is a waiting period for divorce to actually go through. I said, she was a goddamn lie from the pits out. Porscha lies so much about so many stupid things. But I realize she lies so much about so many stupid things is because Porscha lives in a dream world. And if she tells the truth about one thing, you know how, what is it, Inception? You know how like Inception, if you stayed in that dream world, or what was that last thing that just happened with Chris Nolan? If you stay in the dream world too long, it starts falling down, up and down. You start flipping over and jumping off of skyscrapers like you Spider-Man and landing in oceans. That's the way Porscha's world is. That's why she has to keep it wrapped up in so many lies. Because if any truth enters in, it's all going to fall down. It's all going to fall down, right? Listen, that's another thing. Portia's sponsor, the one that got her that Rolls Royce and that little shopping spree, was Nigerian. But the rest of the Africans she messed with wasn't from Nigeria. So she would literally have no clue as to how Nigerian women even act. Seriously. Seriously. Because, I mean, he didn't have Porscha mixing with it. Quiet as a cat. He was supposed to be married. So if he was, he damn sure they didn't have Porscha mixing with the Nigerian women, right? Listen. And again, especially because Porscha keeps coming for their men. And that's one thing I do know about my Nigerian girlfriends. Y'all don't play that stuff with home wreckers. I know Jeff Bezos and them might be like, oh, this is my best friend's wife, meet her. Nigerian women do not play with home wreckers. You will be ostracized. You will be cast out. You will literally have to come back and burn that village down to ever feel any type of warmth. So I know for a fact that there weren't Nigerian women, unless they were also home wreckers and no good women, smiling in Portia's face after she done stole somebody's husband. I'm just saying. Woo! And then Simon. What did Simon curse? Now here's the thing. I'm a cursor, and I know somebody are like, you change, you curse so much now. Y'all ain't been watching my channel from the beginning because I've always cursed. But as it happens, I've cleaned up my language a lot because I'm trying to get that monetization, right? So I've cleaned my language up. But Simon strikes me as someone like, do you really curse? Because every time he tries to make a point, he curses like somebody that doesn't curse, right? Oh, are you happy? And he, instead of saying, yo, it's the best decision of my life, he said, it's the best mother effing decision. And then he looks as if he's going to get smacked for cursing. Like, boy, if you don't curse, you don't curse. You don't have to use, you don't have to use curse words to make a point if they don't roll off your tongue. Just use your emotion, right? Voice your happiness. Say it's the best decision. Instead, he's like, it's the best mother effing decision I ever made. And then he waits like his mom's about to pop him in the back of the head. Anyway, right? Porscha already knew that about divorces, but she lies so much. But then that's when you start to see when Porscha lies, she does yeah. Again, watch that thing with Fallon and Porscha when Fallon said, do you want some hookup? Porscha, this is the worst thing that she ever did, because even if they do let her crawl back to Real Housewives of Atlanta, and if they do, right, they are going to drag her. The gloves are off. If she does fall back to Real House, her facade is so broken, she'll never be able to lie again, because I can look and be like, girl, you lying. Also, who brought it up before about Porscha's let me just get this really quick. Who brought it up before about the episodes? So if you guys didn't see my video, go watch it. Come on, give us some plays. Don't let it flop, right? But here's the thing. You know that they cut those 2 episodes out because the way that it awkwardly ended, it literally just stopped. And then the next thing was Porscha and Dennis sitting down. And that was the scene that Porscha screamed and yelled about refilming. And that was the end of it. But you know what? I really do think Bravo is punishing Porscha for being like, you don't want to promote. You want to say it's all entertainment. You want to say it's bullshit. You want to tell people. Porscha was on Twitter telling people not to watch the show. Literally. And so was Simon, saying it's fake, it's entertainment, doing everything Bravo don't want to do. What did Bravo do? Bravo cut out 2 episodes. That's why it ended so awkwardly. That jump scene between the Hosea thing and now Dennis and Porscha are starting down and the producer's dragging her, right? By showing that. How crazy is it that somebody drags you by showing you who you really are? But anyway, the producers, they did that jump shot. They cut out 2 scenes, but you know what else they did? All right, you want to fight? You want to fight? You want to cut out scenes? You want to do this? You want to try to embarrass us on public media and do that same thing you did with the BLM and get public support to force us to do this? How about we cut out 2 scenes? But you know what that means too? That means that cut into Porscha's check. That means Porscha didn't get paid for those 2 episodes. That means, right? That means that what jobs does Porscha have left? That's why she's on Amazon Live as many times she can be on, because that's like what, her only income. That book ain't making her any money. That book ain't making her any money. I don't care. Watch my other live if you want to know how she bought her way to the bestsellers list. And they ain't see that shit since. Sandra said he cursed to convince her, himself, and everyone else that he's over Fallon. Simon is so phony and fake. He's just awkward. And he's a dummy too. God's angel, thank you so much for the super chat. You know why he's a dummy? Because remember I said in my last thing that Simon and Porscha are both gaming each other. Both of them got their representatives talking ish, and both of them are believing the ish that their representatives are actually saying, right? Listen, again, what did y'all say? Y'all said Is Porscha's best friend African? Who's her bestie? Who's her bestie? Shamia? As of now, Shamia holds the title as her best friend. Shamia is African, I believe. Is she not? I don't know. Is Shamia African? But no, I don't think Porscha got a best friend who's African. Does Porscha even have a best friend? Because she'd be out for solo dolo. Anyway, here's the thing, right? Let's get into when Simon disrespected Aunt Liz. So now, did y'all peep the spiritual counselor was there? The girl that was still in Mexico, the Latina woman was still there. I said, okay, they didn't scare her off. She's, I'm about to say an unpopular opinion, and y'all can fight me in the comments, but I stand 10 toes down with this mess. Who sent me a super chat? Hey, it's Latasha. Thank you so much for the super chat sticker. I appreciate you. I stand 10 toes down on this, right? Porscha, I think, lied about not being able to come to Aunt Liz's thing. Let me tell y'all why I think that. And then y'all tell me if I'm tripping. Porscha sent Aunt Liz a video of her crying, saying she got to take PJ to the hospital as an emergency. Girl, I hope none of y'all would ever be dumb enough to fall for that. When things are real emergencies and people are crying, who sits there and tapes messages? She didn't call her FaceTime. She taped a crying, tear-filled message of tears streaming down her face that she couldn't come. And when Aunt Liz showed Lottie and Lauren the video, oh, it's so sad. Porscha can't do this. Lonnie's face looked like, I can't believe Porscha stood her up. Lonnie's face even looked like she was lying. She looked like she knew Porscha was lying, and that Porscha was just using that as an excuse to get out of it as a power move. But I got more evidence, right? Again, I don't trust people that take themselves crying, look at it, and then send it. It wasn't a voice call. That would have been a voicemail. That would have been a text message. Have y'all ever been upset and beside yourself that something was falling apart? Let alone your own child, there's something seriously wrong. And you took the time to get into good lighting and film a video of the tears falling down your face. And that's another thing. We all know Porscha can fake tears. She faked it when she beat up Cynthia, when she beat up Kit. Well, didn't beat up, but when she tried to beat up Cynthia, when she tried to beat up Kenya, when she tried to beat up everyone. She faked tears. That's what Porscha does. But we're going on. I think she lied too. Also, where was this big donation? She said she was going to make a donation. Not a word was said about it on her own show. Porscha ain't made a big donation. I think Simon gave 700 turkeys. What's that? $5,000 for a man that's worth $40 million. And before y'all say, oh, please, I take the 5,000. You're a goddamn fool. Anyway, I'm done. Hold on. I got more evidence on why I think she lied besides that obvious thing, right? Porscha stood that family up with her crying video, just like Miss Diane stood the family up the whole season. A no-show. Porscha and her mom didn't show up the whole season. And again, just like Aunt Liz said, oh, there's Diane's side of the family, and she looks down to Diane knows that. That's why Diane didn't show up anything to support Hosea. And that's why Porscha sent that stupid, dumb message. But that's all. Porscha is petty. We've seen it with Dennis. She's a goddamn liar. She's capable of everything, right? And Lauren ain't believe it either, because Lottie and Lauren were both looking like, damn, I don't believe Porscha did. And you know, Aunt Liz, this was supposed to be a big moment for the charity. You could tell that facility was still being set up, but she rushed it so it could be ready for filming because publicity is publicity. And it was supposed to be a big unveiling. And you know how the last thing I know that she set that up? Because she was pulling a power move, but I said Porscha is not smart enough for power moves. She was pulling a power move, and she sent her flunky Simon to go deliver a message to her Aunt Liz. Simon is Porscha's flunky. Remember how after Porscha acted fool, he said, at this point, I believe everything Porscha said, and it don't matter. I'm not leaving on her side. I know, because she's your ticket. She's your ticket. It's someone that has a mediocre personality, mediocre style, condescending, rude, classes, don't like black women. He said it himself every time he sees a black woman, right? Fear fills his heart. And he prays to God, please don't let her be a hater like the other ones. Please don't let her be bitter. Please don't tear down her Black sisters like all the other ones do. Please lift them up. Every time you see Black women, you see fear in your heart. It would have been bad enough if you had said women, because that's misogynist in itself. But Black women, Black women, Black women, and you're supposed to be raising 3 Black women? Let me stop. I did a video about that dragging him. Go on and see that video if you want to see it. I'm not giving that anything. But for all y'all being like, oh, why are you being so mean to Simon? This and that. This is the man y'all was defending. Someone that said every time he sees a Black woman, he has fear in his heart that she's going to be a bitter hater like all the other ones. You don't believe me? Watch the video. I screenshot it. He deleted that post because he got dragged for it. But thank you, little Tattle Tells, for screenshotting it and sending it to me. Right? He screenshotted that mess. Simon don't like Black women. Simon's with Black women. Remember when Simon said, me and Fallon will equally look because I'm Nigerian and she's Thai. One of the things he loved about Fallon's because she was exotic. She has beautiful skin tone. She got that long, silky hair, right? She literally is, for those type of people, and y'all know what I'm talking about, for those type of people, y'all know what I'm talking about, that don't want to be with regular Black girls, just like Porsha Williams said she wasn't a regular Black girl, right? Don't fight me. It's in her own book, right? Because all the boys saw her baby hair and her 30-inch weave. These are Porscha's furs, and said, you don't look like the regular Black girl. You look exotic. Quite as kept. That's why she's still mad at Fallon, because Fallon actually is exotic. Fallon got a beautiful brown complexion. Fallon got hair down to her butt if she wants, and her baby hairs don't need a dark and lovely perm. Again, don't get me wrong, right? All hair is good hair, right? You know, I got a little... All hair is good hair. This is not about whether Fallon's hair is better than Porscha. This is about what Porscha believes is better than her own hair. This is about what Simon believes is better. How are you even allowing a man to raise your Black daughter that literally on Al Gore's internet, on Instagram, why this woman who was a commenter wrote him a love story saying, be careful, Porscha's gonna be your downfall. You know, there's plenty of other women that will love you. Porscha just wants money. This woman was basically professing her love and a marriage proposal. And I'm glad Simon actually played her, because that's what you get for being a pick-me. Let this be a lesson to all pick-me's. Stop it. Stop it. Cut it out, right? But how does Simon respond? By saying, oh, every time I see a Black, that's why every time I see a Black woman, I get fear in my heart. And I say the fact that please don't let her be another hater pulling down. Please let her have the thing to uplift. This, and that's, anyway, this is who y'all was defending. This is who y'all was defending. Why are you talking like this is who y'all was defending? Anyway, let's move on, right? Listen. Oh, that's another thing. Maria McDaniel said Simon's outfit is available on Porscha's Amazon Live. I wouldn't be surprised. Same thing with Simon. He got 3 outfits. He got that white halter, you know, the John Paul. It looks like a John Paul Gaultier shirt when they were wearing those halters that look like gun straps. But on Simon, it looks like a sports bra. He got that in all white. He got that in all black. And he got that black V-neck and those little skinny jeans and his loafers, and he'd be walking like, anyway, let's get back into this. Hold on. Let me say hi to members. I know we're about to get into the live chat. I got to make my money. Since y'all want to like this, I got to make my money. So please excuse me for a minute while I make money, right? This is not a charity. Dr. Lillian H., welcome to the Tattle Tells. Brittany Glenn, thank you so much for becoming a Tattle Tell member. And I just want to say, if you guys have not signed up for my $4.99 membership, you don't know what you're missing. I got inside tea. I broke this whole show down months ago. When everybody was calling me a liar, they said I just be making up stuff. They just did this. Not one thing I said has not come to pass. Even why Porscha flipped out on Dennis, and even what they were sitting down to. There has not been one thing I said was going to happen that did not come to pass. My juice is exclusive. It's inside. Old Lady Gang and also Real Housewives of Atlanta are coming up. I have inside tea on that, on what's going on. I'm just saying, you know what? I seen it before y'all believed it. I'm just saying, I seen it before y'all believed it. Okay, that was supposed to rhyme in my mind, but it rhymed in my mind. But when I said it, it didn't. But you know, let that marinate. That was supposed to be seasoned. But listen. Are we finished with the book club on Porscha's book? Y'all want more of that book? That book is nothing but Porscha's fan fiction. It's nothing but Porscha's fan fiction. Speaking of fan fiction, let's get into the fan fiction that Porscha gave Simon to deliver for her. Let's get into that fan fiction, right? Now, here's the thing why Simon don't like Aunt Liz. Aunt Liz been around a long time. And Aunt Liz got some wisdom and she got sense, right? And she's been around and she's been through things, good and bad, right? She was getting locked up at 9 years old. Simon leaving it against Elise Benz, talking about, since I was 14, I've been doing it. Boy, shut up. You was working at Church's Chicken when you were in your early 20s. Ain't no shade at Church's Chicken, but shut up, boy, right? You mad that Aunt Liz, you are half the man Aunt Liz is, and Aunt Liz is all woman. You get what I'm saying? You're mad that these traits that Aunt Liz has naturally, and she's an elegant, refined woman to me. But the things that Simon identifies as being a man, being a leader, being respected, being decisive. You see Simon with his vlog posts, right? And his blogs, like his 8-paragraph Instagram stories. I bet you, I don't even know if Instagram has a character limit, but I bet you Simon has discovered it. Does anybody know if Instagram has a character limit to your post? If it does, Simon's discovered it. That's probably the only time he edited his post down, right? Listen, Kimberly said, right on, sis. Tisa, you have been telling the truth since day one. Love the Simon, aka Birth the Sesame Street Boys. Thank you. That's right. I seen it. People tried to throw dirt in my name. They tried to call me a liar. They tried to play me. I ignored them because I knew I was telling the truth. But I'm glad now y'all can see that not only was I telling the truth, I had inside tea. And most importantly, the people that said I was lying were actually the people that were actually out there spreading lies. Now, ain't that the real gag? Yes. Now twirl on that. Okay. So, right. Now, Simon looked at Aunt Liz and came in hot. And Aunt Liz was like, hi, Simon. So nice to see you. And the funny thing about Simon, he's like Porscha. They don't got no social skills. Simon can't tell that Aunt Liz can't stand his ass. But Aunt Liz is polite. She's a Southern woman, right? Older women are elegant. They're just elegant. They're like, there's no reason to curse. They'll just give you a smile and be like, bless your heart. Right? He said, Porscha is Hosea Williams's granddaughter, right? And y'all need to start treating her with more respect. Aunt Liz looked at him and said, you saw that old school, her smile went, almost short-circuited for a minute, right? She did everything she could not to make her eye twitch and was like, you know when an old head gets a frozen smile, you know, like, ugh, like that's frozen smile, like, do we now? Tell me more. Whenever an old head starts talking through their teeth with a frozen smile, you know you messed up. Simon was telling her that they need to respect Porscha because Porscha is Hosea's legacy. You're talking to Hosea's daughter who actually fought for our civil rights, who's one of the reasons you're even here fronting and overinflating your thing. That's right. If y'all ain't know, they didn't even open up immigration to half the countries until 1962 because of civil rights, because of what Aunt Liz did, because of what all those people did. And you saying you need to give Porscha no respect because Porscha is the legacy? Porscha, who was on national TV acting like she, in my opinion, acting like she was on something in heat, and literally was accused of sleeping with the stripper on national television on a group trip with people, that coworkers that don't like you. And you even got your girlfriends to join in on that. You literally organized an orgy. You organized an orgy. And it was the main participant from everybody's account. And you trying to say you need to respect. Listen, Simon's an idiot. Simon is falling for all Porscha's game, and that's why Porscha is going to be Simon's undoing, and I am here for it. Don't get me wrong, Simon's equally toxic, but I'm actually here for it. You look this civil rights icon in the face and carried a message from your master. Simon is a goddamn flunky. He literally, to me, is no better than a groupie. He is a groupie for Porscha. You will literally stand by her side. You can't control her. You can't talk to her. You don't have the gravitas. You don't have the intelligence. It's like literally like somebody trying to tame like a lion. You don't, you like the lion's like, move out the way. You saw when she was on her knees fighting Simon, and Simon's little Bilderberg feet was going over the couch, right? Right? You saw all that. So I ask of you, literally, you had the nerve to go in front of a civil rights. And this lets me know, Simon, you ain't study civil rights at all. You don't know anything about the movement. You don't even know who you talking to. You think Aunt Liz is just some like old lady that you can tell her to go get shoes off. You don't even realize you're talking to an icon, somebody respected in rooms that you're not even allowed in. And you said we need to respect the girl that organized an orgy and was the loudest one with the entertainment, and then bragging about it. Yes, I did it. And then getting your dumb followers to go after Kenya, saying Kenya's just mad because she wasn't invited to the orgy, y'all. And I remember when that was happening, I said, every year we move further and further away from God's grace. We ain't seeing heaven. Listen, take your time, Pastor, take your time. I'm just saying. You faked being sick. I don't care what anybody says. I never met what. Tell me in the comments. Maybe I'm wrong. Has anybody ever, unless you were lying to your boss trying to get out of work, has anybody ever videotaped themselves crying in a crisis and then sent that message off? Not a text message, not a phone call, but crying in a crisis and then sending that off? Have y'all ever seen that? I haven't. It's faking. And we all know Porscha is a huge, huge, huge liar and faker. I wouldn't put nothing past Porscha. If I had a store and Porscha walked in and she tried to get a kiwi strawberry snapple and an oatmeal raisin cream pie and some wrap snacks and like the juvenile honey barbecue, I would literally check the $5 bill. I would take up my marker and I would check the $5 bill. I wouldn't trust her for nothing. And anybody that does is a dummy, dummy, dummy. Anyway, Carrie O joins. Thank you so much for joy. Listen, you need to show respect, treat her granddaughter better. But I like Aunt Liz. And so the Aunt Liz said, well, with her clenched teeth, right? Well, thank you, Simon. Bless you. All right. That's the kiss of death. Whenever an older person speaks to a teen and says, bless you or bless your heart. But Simon don't even know that because he lacks person skills too. That's why when all this stuff happened and Porscha made up all these lies, instead of coming together with a jointed statement or something that kind of made sense or anything for damage control, they literally filmed themselves jet skiing, right? And Porscha's like living my best life. Which makes me wonder, has Porscha ever been anywhere? Because the thing that Porscha's impressed with reminds me of like what we were impressed with in college when we were all broke. Remember the first time you got on a jet ski in Miami and you're like, whoa, we're having a time of our lives. But you know, you were like sitting there before they're like, so I know that it's $100 an hour, but does that mean we can all three take turns for 20 minutes? Oh, we have to buy the hour ourselves. Oh, but do you think two of us? Well, you're trying to haggle prices down. Porscha is literally impressed with the dumbest things, right? Secret beach parties in Miami, which anybody that's actually from the know, those secret New Year's Eve parties are literally sold to everybody that isn't from Miami. And you on the beach with a bunch of people from North Dakota and New York City that don't know what's going on in the city. And then next time you're like, I ain't never doing any of those secret beach parties because they're lame. I'm going here because this is where the hot spot is. But again, Simon don't know anything except where things are in Costa Rica. So there's that too, right? And quiet as it's kept, right? Quiet as it's kept. You know, these violent delights have violent ends in Costa Rica, from what I've seen. Listen, again, listen, yes, this life is a life lesson. Legacy. Every great man has a good and bad side of the family, right? And every great man has like, or a great woman. Porscha is not the one. Listen, now, again, this is when it weirdly jumps to the present. What was that? You know, that little weird jump cut where they're at the Hosea Foundation and they're all hugging and this and that. And Simon, I can't believe that Simon, literally, you just got here. Nobody knows you. And you confront all you want. I know you don't got the money you got. So you confront all you want. And you can fool all these dum-dums thinking on Instagram that you're going to give them 50 cents or a cookie or a hug or something like that. Or they might be Porscha too. But I know what's going on, right? I'm gonna make a video about it. I know what's going on. But the thing is, right? It really, really, really oddly jumped to the present, or Porsha and Dennis actually sitting down, right? Now, that's another thing. Remember the conversation? She said that Pilar was supposed to be with Dennis for Christmas. How come Pilar wasn't with Dennis for this Christmas? Porsha acted like she was sick, right? And then she was at Shamia's house later on that night. So how come Pilar wasn't with Dennis for Christmas? Let me find out. Porsha's scheming ass lied to be petty, because Porsha is petty and a liar. What would Porsha do in that situation? Probably lie, say she was sick or had COVID or something. Porsha is so shady. I wouldn't put nothing past her. I just want to know why Dennis ain't had PJ for Christmas. The only thing I can think of is Porsha lied and said she was sick, but that can't be it, because she was at Shamia's house later on that night. You know what? Let me think about that. But there's something there, right? Porsha lying about PJ being sick, saying she got rushed to the hospital. They get to the hospital. Porsha is eating, and the production even played Porsha. Show Pilar downing a lemon pepper chicken wing. Let me tell y'all something. When anyone that's ever had dehydration to the point of you had to be medically treated, anybody that's ever had dehydration, the one thing they're not, especially when you are a child and you are climbing out of it and you're not eating, the one thing they're not going to do is let you eat anything overly salty. There is no goddamn way, if you were rushed into the ER and you're not eating and you haven't wet your diaper in 2 days and all this stuff that Porsha was saying when she was making her little fake cry love letter to herself, right? There's no way that Jay went to the hospital, hooked her up onto an IV, did all that stuff, and then let her eat fried lemon pepper wings. There's just no way, y'all. I don't care. Y'all can fight me in the comments. There's no way. This shit is too fried. It's too salty. And for anyone that's ever been really sick like that with dehydration, there's no way you would even want a lemon pepper wing. And then Pilar is devouring it. And what did Porsha say? Oh my God, what's going on? You wouldn't eat at home and now you got an appetite. Girl, it's giving Munchausen. It's giving the mommy says she's sick, but the child says she's fine. It's giving Dennis, hurry up on that shared custody. And while we're at it, maybe there should be a psych evaluation. That's what it's giving. Listen. Remember when Porsha even posted on Instagram back in Thanksgiving, thanking everyone and saying that Porsha, it's going to be okay from the hospital and thank for keeping in those prayers. She really played her script. Meanwhile, producers busted her in the lie, showing PJ downing while they're waiting to be seen from the doctor, downing a lemon pepper wing. What? Has anyone ever been dehydrated? Has anybody ever been so sick they had to be hospitalized for dehydration? Forget about being hospitalized. Has anybody ever been home sick and dehydrated so bad? Not wetting your diaper. Do you know the type of pain that dehydration is? I am telling you, there's no way she even wrapped her lips around a lemon pepper wing. Ain't no way. Y'all can fight in the comments. You can fight me in the comments. Ain't just no way. I'm just sick of even acting like Porsha's lies are real, because that's what she depends on. She depends on people living in this fantasy world with her. It don't exist. You are a liar. Anyway, listen. Yes, liquids and IV is what they give, but not even that. If you tried to bring a lemon pepper wing into that, the nurse will be like, no. We're going to give her our diet. You know how the hospital gives you a little menu so you can be like, I'll take the peaches and cottage cheese. Oh, grilled tilapia and broccoli. No, you know what? I'll take the berries and cream. Is it sweet and cream? Okay, I'll take that. You know how the hospital gives you that menu that you can actually choose what you want, but it's always what your dietary restrictions are. I'm telling you, they wouldn't even let a child that hasn't wet a diaper in 2 days eat a lemon pepper wing. It's too much sodium. And Pilar was devouring that. And that's another thing. When you are that dehydrated, if anybody's ever been that dehydrated, you can't even take solid food. Low key, when you're that dehydrated, taking liquids hurt. They literally do. They will give you crushing stomach spasms. That's why they have to give it to you in the IV. Shit ain't no joke. Portia's a liar. But that's the thing. Listen. Diane brought lemon pepper wings to the hospital because she knew, hey, hi, fashion hippie. Thank you so much for joining the Tattle Tells. Because she knew that Porsha was lying. She knew. And that's another thing. I think Diane got beef with Miss Liz, that side of the family, right? I think Diane got beef with Miss Liz, that side of Aunt Liz, that side of the family. And that's why Diane showed up at the hospital, because she was probably secretly happy that Porscha wasn't giving Jose Williams thing any play. Because Diane hasn't given them any play either. And the only thing Porscha did was send her goddamn black woman hating, who was feared. He talked about every time he sees a black woman, he got fear in his heart. They're going to be bitter hater. He probably walked into Hosea's foundation like, oh, oh, first I'm scared. It's black women everywhere. I'm scared. Hater. Dennis. Get away. That's what Simon was doing when he walked in. He probably was so scared seeing wall-to-wall black people, right? You know he likes exotics, right? You know he likes exotics, and he likes exotics in Costa Rica. That's buy one, get one free, if you know what I'm saying. If you know what I am saying. Now, okay. Dennis got up. I'll say one thing. Dennis is petty. When Porscha walked in, Dennis got up and said, hold on, to pull her chair out. Just to put that knife in deeper. Because when she got there, Porscha was like, oh, maybe my plan's working. Maybe he cares. But he sat down and Dennis was like, I still don't care. I was just being nice. And Porscha got mad all over again. Porscha, listen. Porscha. Yo. Why she say that? Porscha is so, that's what I mean about Porscha's always trying to do power moves, but she's too stupid to do them, right? Listen, so she's too stupid to, and also don't forget, if y'all think that I think that he skipped it on purpose, don't forget Porscha's brother showed up. So that means that in Porscha's mind and Miss Diane's, they were like, well, we don't got to go because somebody's representing from the family. And she sent Simon to deliver a message to her aunt. That's another thing, right? You would think, but Porscha is petty like that. She likes to have people out there looking stupid, and Simon always out there looking stupid. If you genuinely felt that way, why wouldn't you have your brother talk to Aunt Liz? Why wouldn't you have your mother talk to Aunt Liz? Why did you send Simon, the person that don't know what's going on? Nobody respects him, but he's too stupid and egotistical to know that he's a flunky. Simon thinks he's running shit and using Porscha, and to a certain point he is, but you don't even realize Porscha even got you wrapped up using you as a flunky. The only thing is, let's see how this whole thing happens, because it's going to implode. Okay, so Porscha walked up and she just had to let Dennis know that she had a fur. Again, Porscha act like she ain't never have shit in her life. Again, I'm not talking about Porscha's socioeconomic. From what I've seen for the last 10 years, Porscha's been a star of the biggest reality show franchise in America. Porscha don't make Rite Aid wages. Porscha makes money. She's single and she only got Pilar, and Pilar's little. Right? So besides saving for college and some clothes she gonna go out in 6 months, what is Pilar really demanding? By that, I mean, Pilar don't need an apartment. Pilar don't need a car. I mean, real world stuff, not spoiling your kid with toys and clothes and stuff. I'm talking about when those kids get older and they need apartments and cars and help with bills and this and that. And they want to go on spring break with their friends and they want to do this and da 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 da. Pilar ain't taxing your pockets like that. And you got Pilar's daddy helping out with that. We're going to talk about that in a second. So why are you acting like you worked at the Piggly Wiggly and it's the first guy that bought you your Versace t-shirt? Why? Porscha, like Erica De Niro said, Porscha operates from a position of want. Erica De Niro said she always act like the rents do, and she ain't got it. She always acts like the rents do, and the rent is $1,500 and she's $1,100 short. That's the way Porscha acts, right? So she sat down and she was just like, oh, hold on. Did LA give me a super chat? 1 second. Hold on, LA. I think I missed your super chat. Did I? Hold on, LA. I missed your super chat. Sorry, guys. I'm just handling my business and making money since you guys don't want to gotta find a way to hustle somehow, somewhere. Where's LA's super chat? LA, could you repost the thing? Hold on. Hold on, LA. We're gonna have to shut this down until I find LA's super chat. Is it in here? Is it here? Hold on. Let me check. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to find LA's super chat and then we'll do this. I can't find it. Hold on. Member. Kimberly. Crayola. I got that. Oh, that's so weird. Hold on. What did your super chat say? Hold on. Oh, wait, here you are. LA said, oh, hey, Tisa, love you. Did you know that Aunt Liz was married to the Nigeria dictator Ofimo Umilali? I know I butchered that name. No disrespect. Ofemo Omilami. Did I say it right? Ofemo Omilami. And has 2 kids by him? Okay, kid. Girl, LA. Is that why Aunt Liz was looking at Simon like he was the patio door? She was looking like she could see straight through that man. That's what it is. Because Aunt Liz been around real Nigerian money. And she looking at Simon like, don't nobody know who you are. I talked to Ofimo and the friends, and his friends and them don't know who you are, Simon. Get out of here. Thank you, B, so much. Yo, is that what it was? Yo, there's a reason why Aunt Liz is looking at that man like he's made of plastic wrap. Because maybe she knows just like we know. LA, that was a drag. That was a drag. Let me read that again. Y'all, LA said, did you know that Aunt Liz was married to Nigerian dictator Ofimo Omilami? I know I'm mispronouncing it, but it's Ofemo Omilami, and has 2 kids by him. All right, Liz. She know where the money reside, where the money reside in here. Okay, so listen, right? Thank you, LA. You always be coming with the best contributions. Okay, so then so Porscha walks in, she got that fur on. Then like Dennis take his coat off. And Porscha's so weird. Porscha is so petty and childish. She's like, I see you couldn't wait to take your coat off. And Dennis is like, you sitting there in a fur vest. Like, girl, you literally came in. First of all, Fendi by Skims is not Fendi. Girl, I guess Simon gave her a budget and she was like, I can get an actual Fendi one piece or I can get the Fendi by Skims. Okay, I'll get the Fendi by Skims, right? Anyway, Dennis was like, girl, you wearing a fur. She's like, that's a nice fur. Where you get that? And Porscha had so much anger and rage in her heart when she was just like, what you don't even start. I got this from my book tour. And Dennis is like, you sure about that? And she's like, yeah, thank you, Simon. Girl, you really think that Dennis gives a damn that Simon bought you a vest? I don't even care that Simon bought you a vest. What? Again, this lets you know Porscha's value system and what she sees as important. What do you care? What do you honestly care? It's just like, again, it's like you're talking to like an evil 5-year-old, right? A 5-year-old that got power, but just evil. But the way a 5-year-old is just like, you literally destroyed all of North America so you could get an extra scoop of ice cream. You destroyed, you really blew up the mid-Atlantic coast to get extra Chips Ahoy cookies. Do you think that was a wise move, right? Do you think that was a wise move? I just want to know. Y'all, look. Hold on. This is Aunt Liz's husband. I found a picture. Quick on the 1s and 2s. Woo! Let me just put this up so y'all can't see the rest of my photo album, right? Look at this. This is Simon and his short, badly built self. Look, and this is Simon's. That's Aunt Liz's husband. That's Aunt Liz. Aunt Liz is so elegant, right? I guess that's who Porscha wants to be. But Aunt Liz has the power of discernment. And remember, I said a long time ago, we're about to get into this final scene. Remember, I said a long time ago that one of the reasons Porscha is so jealous of Kenya is, listen, both of them have made bad choices with men. Both of them have fallen. Like, they've been up and down. But the one thing that Kenya has that Porscha doesn't, Kenya has the power of discernment. Now, granted, when it comes to her love life, we haven't seen it. However, this is the same show that made Porscha look like a sweet, good-natured, hearted person and made Kenya look like a villain who can't never find love. Now I'm wondering how much of that is true with Kenya not being able to keep a man and fall out, because technically Porscha made that narrative and Porscha's the one that pushed that narrative. And now that we know that Porscha is an MF and liar, now I'm really second guessing everything, right? But I do know one thing. Kenya Moore has the power of discernment. She knows how to read people. She knows how to be strategic. She knows how to hold it in. She literally, but Kenya's really intelligent. So, there's that. Now, let's get into this, right? Also, Porscha thinks she's slick. Talking about thank you, Simon, for that fur. That fur vest she looked like. Should I say it? That fur Porscha was wearing came from one of her first sponsors years ago. If you look at old Instagram feed and you look at old things and think, I'm willing to bet that fur jacket, Simon ain't get that fur vest. That came from one of her sponsors, right? Remember the sponsors before they cut her off because she got a big mouth and don't know how to move. And honestly, I could also see a mistress like Porscha trying to show up and fight the wife. Porscha don't even know her place. She'd be showing up trying to apply for a maid position in the wife's house. And then will somehow try to fight the wife and then play victim and wonder why the police are carrying her away, right? Now, I will say this. Nobody knows what Simon is doing for Porscha because it's not the house because that's not in her name. And no, her name ain't on the deed. I know she did that fake signing ceremony. Her name's not on the deed and it's not on the mortgage. That was just only for the cameras, right? But honestly, we got to ask ourselves, right? We don't know what Simon has purchased for Porscha because she doesn't show anything on Instagram. Now, before y'all be like, well, Tisa, everything ain't for everybody. Everything don't got to be shown. True. And I believe that because when you look on my Instagram feed, it's pretty pictures, but y'all don't know anything about my life. I'm just like, oh, what y'all looking at? This is the focus. Come on, right? However, I do want to say Simon and Porscha post everything. Simon and Porscha get a plate of diced papaya and they post that shit. Simon and Porscha get a plate of hot wings and fries and they put that shit on Instagram stories and be like, living life, my best M&F in life. Simon and Porscha literally go to a John Legend concert or in the nosebleed seats. You can't even afford to be on the floor in the front. Because if you guys don't know, in America, VIP sections are a way to go. But overseas, you want to be up front. Those are the expensive seats, right? And you posting that and tagging John Legend and he ain't tagging you back. Porscha and Simon post every goddamn thing they do, everything, because this is my opinion, they need people to worship them. They need people to idolize them because they're the same people that look at people that have more than them and get mad because they worship and idolize money and things. That's what makes them feel good. That's what makes them feel good. Literally, I had to give Simon PR advice and be like, no, it's not your cars. Delete that. Your kids, they're your most valued impression. And then he posted something a day later saying, that's right, my kids are my most valued impression. Girl, I just can't. I can't, right? I can't. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Who said Porscha acts out of her mama's pain? Let me tell you, this is how Porscha's been allowed to get away. I just got a new canister for all my juice and my water. I made homemade lemonade, but I keep pouring water in. But when I get this thing, it keeps it completely cold and it's indestructible. It's indestructible. So I got it from Marshall's. I haven't even taken the tag off. I just literally, if you guys ever see me, I just walk around all day like this. What y'all doing? What's going on? Y'all see me in the bank like this. I need a withdrawal. This doesn't leave my side. I literally did an overnight flight and put this in my carry-on. I ain't never letting this go. Y'all should get it. It's a HydroFlow. Anyway, let me get into this, right? Let me get into this. LA, what you say, mama? Oh, Ofimo Omilami is a dictator actor. He was in Forrest Gump, Ray, Remember the Titans, Trading Places. His son is an actor. He's worth $19 million. Aunt Liz, you better work. That's right. See, here's the thing. That's the difference between Porscha and a real woman. Porscha ain't never going to get money like that because Porscha counts with her eyes, not with her head. Porscha ain't never going to get money like that because Porscha counts with her eyes. Porscha counts with her eyes and nothing else. Hold on. I need to turn this damn heat down. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I got to turn this heat down. Hold on. I'm like dying in here. Woo! Can I say I hate winter everywhere? Raise your hands if like Whenever the artificial heat comes on, you're either too cold or too hot. I literally go between central air and central heat over and over and over and over again because I can never get. Let me just drink my hydrophone. Shut up. Anyway. Let's get into this. Porscha thanks Simon for her fur jacket. Simon didn't get her that fur jacket, right? She's wearing her Fendi by Skims, the same outfit as her first day of school. She's posted so many pictures of it. Tell Simon to buy you some new clothes, right? Now, she said she just wants a salad. Dennis is like, why? She's like, oh, because I've been drinking water, doing my thing. Dennis laughed like I did, but he's like, ha, 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 you funny. And she's like, what's so funny? Radiating anger. Why? Because Dennis know, like we know, you ain't drinking water. You getting that fat sucked out. Remember when Porscha tried to say because she was sick and she's like, bam, bam, look at those abs. Girl, we just saw you a week ago. Your mama Diane was taking care of you because you were sick. 4 days later or 5 days later, right? You went on the book tour. And all of a sudden you had abs like Drake. Porscha, shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. We know what is it? It's like the light lipo. What is it? The lipo, not the big lipo, but it's a light lipo that uses the microscope and things. Girl, we know what etched in abs look. Ain't no way in the world you got abs in 4 days when you was doing crunches while you were sick with your mom. Girl, shut up. Shut up. We just saw you a month ago. You look like you were 3 months pregnant. I can't take it. Listen. Okay, hold on. I heard you. And you know what? My moderators just texted me. And I'm going to move this chat to members only to make it easier for my mods. Okay? Thank you, guys. Okay, so anyway, I just changed it to members only. Okay, so listen, guys. I know I'm doing this to make it easier for my mods, please. Okay, so now, and you guys are doing a great job. Rim B, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. Okay, so Dennis asks, how's the engagement going? He's a little nervous because he's getting like weird energy from Porscha, right? And he's like, she's like, what do you mean, how's my engagement going? Because she thinks she finally got him. She thinks this is going to be the scene where Dennis breaks down, or she's able to prove that Dennis still got a crush on her. The only thing is she was walking into a scene where no one cared, right? She said, again, she wants Dennis to care so bad. She's so hurt about that, She wants to be the one that got away. This is the weird part. She keeps saying we need to co-parent and talk about Pilar. But in every conversation, Dennis is the only one talking about Pilar, and Porscha is talking about her and Dennis. Again, and I see why Dennis is like, I'm just going to child support court. I'm not doing this with you for the next 18 years. You get mad. You want to start a fight. You want to what? Pop up and just go somewhere. No. We're going to have this we're going to have this whatever, right? And also, Porscha is so controlling. You would think that she would want a judge to just firmly, so that way she ain't ever had to deal with Dennis. But again, Pilar, just like Miss Gina, is a tool to hurt Dennis because Porscha is so hurt that she doesn't mean anything to Dennis. It's not that he don't want her anymore. She realized I never meant anything to you. I meant less than anything. I literally, I'm this, I'm that, I'm not, I got a millionaire boyfriend, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then it's just like, all right, so I'm gonna bring a date. It's cool, right? Porscha talking about, I was trying to move things from this to being a brother, right? And Dennis was like, a brother. And then he started laughing. But then Porscha got a little look of glee in her eyes because she's like, oh, I got him. And he was like, all right, man, you are looking at Dennis like a brother, but your brother can't bring a date to dinner. Porscha, make up your mind. Make up your mind. You're literally trying to turn Dennis into Uncle Daddy, right? Old Daddy, and make Simon new Daddy. But also the thing I see with Dennis is like, yo, this girl is loopy. Listen, at most, you met this man a year ago, right? At the least, you started dating this man, if we go by even Porscha's timeline, 5 or 6 weeks ago. You are now giving this man the honor of being your daughter's father, stepfather, in the house father, day-to-day father. You are giving this man the honor of being her father or her father figure when her dad's not around and when he's around. For someone that you only knew, that you're telling me you only knew for 6 or 7 weeks, someone that's been divorced 3 times and got 2 kids the same goddamn age, someone that sat there and told me that they got moving companies on deck, and you gave this man carte blanche to be a daddy, talking about you're not my family, you're Pilar's family. My family is me, Pilar, and Simon. With spoiler alert, how come she don't never mention Simon's kids? Why is it when she talk about my family, my family, my family, she never mentions Simon's kids? She never says it's going to be me, Pilar, Simon, and Simon's kids. It's always me, Simon, and Pilar. I think those are Freudian slips. Remember when Cordell actually said that Porscha never really got along with his son and was really weird to his son and wouldn't let his son go in the same in certain rooms and this and that, and she like literally acted like she didn't want her son around? As petty as Porscha is and as sick in the head as she's shown us she is, I wouldn't be surprised if Portia's one of those people that, like, oh, did you ask your dad if it's okay to come over? Oh, well, I mean, we would have, but we're just having like some friends and family over, so maybe you guys can come next weekend. Your dad and I are busy. Porscha gives me those type of step mommy vibes. She gives me those step mommy vibes. I swear, I swear, I swear. Kathy Lee said Miss Diane stole money from the Hosea Foundation with the cousin. That's what Kalala said. That's probably why she's MIA. Listen, I don't know if that's true. If that's true, I don't know if that's true though. I ain't touching that. I did some investigation to actually see if she did. And it was always people whispering, but there was never any evidence. Like, can we corroborate with this? But it might be true. I don't know. I'm going to stay away from this. Listen, Porscha sounds like a horrible stepmom, but the fact that you say my family is Simon, Pilar, and me. Simon got 5 kids. Why didn't you include the kids? It's a Freudian slip. I could see. And Cordell said that Porscha was not cool with his son like that, and acted like he didn't want the son around and treated his son differently. So don't forget that. Don't forget that. Don't forget that, right? So I can see why Dennis looked at her and was like, you are loopy as hell. I'm not going through this. And then Dennis is asking her questions like, did you get the papers I sent you? And Portia's like, what papers? The papers that were delivered certified mail. Anything dealing with court documents have to be delivered and served certified mail. You got them. You either have constructive, implied, or actual knowledge of those papers' existence. And the fact that she stood there and tried to act stupid, but then she wanted to be like, well, I'm the one that wanted to take you to court first. And Dennis is like, all right, well, I sped it up. Great. When you sign the papers. And she's like, you trying to put a judge on me? You're trying to put a judge on me? Why you got to get a judge involved? If you hate Dennis so much and you don't want to talk to him and you just want to co-parent, why does it fill you with so much rage that he's actually giving you your wish? Because that's not what you want. What you want is, right? What you want is to control. What you want is to humiliate. What you want is another bite at the apple. So maybe next Thanksgiving you can punch Miss Gina in her face, right? That's what you want. Because Porscha don't let shit go. Porscha don't let shit go. Oddly enough, did y'all notice, just to rewind a little bit, that Lottie gave Dennis back his robe? Lottie tried to give Porscha back the robe, saying, I'm sorry. And Portia's like, give that man back his robe. I don't want it. Just playing for the cameras. But why were you on Instagram 2 weeks ago when you were trying to destroy Dennis's reputation? Spoiler alert, it didn't work. You just got dragged. Talking about you were a single mom and Simon playing hooked on Fabulous. Let me tell you the definition of a single mom. That is the definition of a single mom. And I was sitting there like, can somebody tell Grimace the the definition of a term of art, of a colloquial term, the way words can have a common meaning in popular society and everybody knows what they're talking about, even though the actual Merriam-Webster, this is what they teach people in second language classes, nuance, right? But Simon knew that, right? Simon is just Portia's flunky, and he'll do anything he can to keep his sugar mama and keep his meal ticket going. I ain't mad at that, right? Go, gold digger, go, gold digger, go. So listen, also, when Porscha said, didn't Simon purchase the fur? When Porscha said Simon purchased the fur, but miss, you and Simon met in April and fell in love in December. No, you and met in April and fell in love, according to you, in May. So where's Simon find time to buy that fur? I'm just saying. Where did Simon find time to buy that? Okay, whatever. Right. Um, Simon has it on his IG that he's executive producer. He stayed in claim on Porscha's show. Y'all, I'm not even getting into this. I already went into executive producing, how it works. 7K, but only 1,100 likes. Come on, let's support a sister. Y'all are doing me dirty. This is why I gotta stop and keep reading these super chats. I mean, I do it anyway. Thank you for the super chat, LA. Why y'all only got 1,100 likes and there's 2,700 people in here? Can y'all like the thing? If y'all really want to support, you can sign up for my members only. It's only $4.99. I actually predicted the whole storyline of the show and gave all the exclusive inside tea on my members lonely live months ago. They was out here in these YouTube shoots calling me a liar, saying I know what I was talking about, saying this, saying that, and everything I said came to pass like clockwork, you know. Anyway, I Millie rock around. Yeah, I can't Millie rock, but I'm gonna try. So anyway, you guys, feel free. Listen, so here's all I'm saying also. A couple of other points, and then we're gonna open up the lines for callers. A couple of other things. Simon said he's executive producer of the show. The same way he executive producer of Sons of South. Man, if Simon don't get out of my face. Oh, he's executive. I explained that in the last live. You know what? I'll do a video about Simon's executive producing, about his philanthropy, about all that stuff. Since everybody wants to know more about this international superstar, Simon Gabodia. Listen, and his face too. Anyway, listen. Now this is where things got weird. Where I was like, does Porscha realize how weird she sounds? When he was like, oh, you moving? Yeah, we're moving into the city. And Dennis was like, what? Damn, because if y'all don't remember, Porscha fought Dennis tooth and nail to keep, because Dennis was like, yo, we're going to be a family. Come move into the city because I don't want to live out in wherever she lives, right? Duluth or whatever, Decatur, Duluth. I don't know. I don't want to live out there. And Porscha fought tooth and nail for Dennis to come live with her out. That's why Dennis's stuff is in the basement. Most of that stuff in the basement is Dennis, right? Fought tooth and nail. But now we see why. It wasn't about that. And this is the sixth thing. Cordell kind of isolated Porscha and clipped her wings. Now, granted, this is what Porscha wanted because Porscha was messing with Cordell while he had a fiance, Brandy, which was her stepson's mother, right? Oh, yeah, you didn't know that? Cordell had a whole fiance and Porscha dated him on the side until she could get that girl out the way. I don't think Porscha's ever dated a man that wasn't taken. Besides Dennis McKinley, right? And quiet as kept, maybe Dennis McKinley was taken, right? Listen. Yeah, exactly. You guys, what I'm trying to clarify, I see you guys in the comments. I have my phone going here. Yes, she had the fur for the press tour, right? But that's why Dennis was being smart when he said that looked familiar. Because Dennis has seen that fur before because one of her sponsors bought her a fur a while back and she lied. This is what I'm thinking. She lied and said it was from Simon and bought it for the book tour, right? Listen, last time Dennis was in Porscha's closet was when the robe was there. And that was a year or two before. That's why Porscha was like, no, don't you tried it. Simon bought it for me. But that's why Dennis was like, I know that robe ain't, I know that that fur coat ain't real. Also, who was Porscha going to go visit in London? Why did she get so upset that he even mentioned London? Is there arguing up in Peachtree Boulevard or whatever in Simon's house, right? Porscha, don't say anything too loud because the moving trucks might come. Soon as Simon figure out, well, 2 episodes already got canceled, right? The show's done. The show basically got canceled. They cut out 2 whole ass episodes and wrapped that shit up. I'm thinking to punish Porscha. That shit was supposed to be 9 episodes. They wrapped it up. You saw that jump cut. And IMDb had 9 episodes on there. So it was supposed to be 9. Porscha kept crying about remove the scene. They removed every goddamn scene, took her pay and said, you can go. You're dismissed. Now, right? The weirdness. So you moving into the city, damn. You ain't never do that to me. And every time Dennis said, damn, Porscha would get this look on her face like this. She was so smug. She would sit there. When Porscha's smug, she goes like this. What? How they do that? Her smugness is palpable. And she always does like this, right? She enjoys it. She enjoys it. She enjoys it, right? Um, so, right? She enjoys all that stuff. And I will just say that he asked her, so where y'all moving to? And she was like, a neighborhood. All right. Like where? I mean, you can find out when you pick Pilar up. Okay, but like, can you tell me what section of the city? Right? And Porscha was doing that weird petty thing about, you'll find out soon. Girl, you have his child. You are trying to turn this into Dennis just wants to, Kanye you and keep tabs on you and this and that. Girl, you have his child. You have his child. You literally have his child. You have his child. Okay, guys, I'm opening the chat back up to subscribers. Thank you very much. I just got a text from my mod saying, okay, they're on top of things we can do. All right, chat's back open to subscribers, you guys. Had to shut it down for a second for members only, but now it's open for subscribers. My whole point is, you have his child. Why are you acting like Dennis trying to keep tabs on you? You have his child. So if you have his child, why wouldn't he want to know what section you're in or how far his commute's going to be or how his life is going to change? And that's when Dennis was like, sign these goddamn papers. I ain't doing this one for you. You are literally trying to be a problem and being petty and stupid and just dumb over where my child is. I didn't ask for the address. I just want to know what neighborhood. Where you living at? It don't make sense, but Porscha don't make sense. Just put it in an area, and then we go, and then she starts just saying words, he's like, listen, I want you to be happy married, but Pilar's 50% my kid, and I care about it, and I want her to be evolved. That's when she said, no, I want to turn you into a brother, right? And then when he was like, literally, when he said, why? Like a brother, like when he was popping up to go to like London in the middle of the night, who was she going to go see in London? Because that's when she said, never, but her whole mood, don't you play with me. Don't you ever play with me. Never play with me. I'm done. I'm done. All because he mentioned you popped up in the middle of the night and you said it on camera on the middle of the night to go to London. Girl, let me find out. And then she said, no, let's be honest. And then she said, but you can't even be honest with yourself. Porscha got real upset with that, real upset. And that's when she figured Dennis was about to fill caves. And then she said, but your mother. And he was like, you always talk about my mother. Talk about me and you. Because he knows Porscha's games. But again, Porscha pressed that button about his mother while she's trying to turn him into Uncle Danny, right? Uncle Daddy, right? Then she said, he trying to put a judge on me. He trying to put a judge on me. Porscha loves to invoke feeling, but when you think about it, Porscha, how can somebody put a judge on someone? You're either doing something illegal or you're not. You're either doing something wrong or you're not. What does a judge entering the situation have to do with it? But not like he trying to put a hit on me. He trying to call his homies on me. He's trying to put a judge on me. He's trying to put a judge on me. Porscha, but again, Porscha, you walked into that and you see all her screaming and doing this and that, you would really think that Dennis did something to her. Just like if you were in Mexico, you would really think Dennis did something to her. But no, Dennis just said, I want something. I'm not going by some little plan we write out. I want a 50-50 agreement. It don't got to be full custody. I want a 50-50 agreement that outlines my right as the father. Oh, thank you, Rim. 1.7 likes already. You're amazing. Let's hit 2K. Yes. Y'all, let's listen. You guys, we are at 1.7 likes. Let's get to 2K likes. I only need 300 of you guys just to, just come on. It's fun. Follow me. Come on. Let's smash that like Porscha smashes the truth, right? Then she's screaming at the restaurant like a bloody idiot. Hey, trying to do this. Dennis literally said he wanted a 50-50. But the funny thing is, Dennis might have been a horrible boyfriend to her. Let's just take her thing. But Dennis seems like he would be a really good person to co-parent with, doesn't he? Doesn't he see? He loves his daughter. He wants to see his daughter. He got money. He's willing to pay for whatever. And he's willing even to go to court. Like, we don't got to argue. We can go to court and just make it official. Dennis seems like a really good co-parent. And let's not forget last year at the reunion, she was bragging to Kenya. Remember when Andy was like, Kenya, do you want Porscha to give you co-parenting advice for Mark? Because it seems like Porscha has an excellent relationship with Dennis. Remember when she was going on talk shows up to 3 weeks ago to Tamara Hall saying Dennis is the best dad ever? Remember when she was bragging in Kenya's face and rubbing it in what a good dad Dennis was and how they co-parent, they love each other? What happened? Well, oh, I get what happened. Portia's a goddamn liar. She only says what she wants to say. She only means what she needs to say. Man, get out of here, right? Let's see what's going on. Portia's begging why we need to go to court. Why do we need to go to court? Because she's having a meltdown because she realized that Dennis is done playing her games. And that last little bit of control she could hold over his head is gone. And honestly, I feel like if Dennis asks for a psychological evaluation, he might get more than 50-50 custody, right? Then she starts getting loud. He said, you just met. She said, you're threatening me. You're threatening me. And Dennis literally said, people know you look stupid. He's threatening me with a judge. He's threatening with me, judge. Who was she screaming this to? She was just randomly screaming this in a restaurant like a crazy person. As if but Porscha is so used to being babied and victimed and just being a run amok that she was just like, he's threatening me with a judge. Even the waitress was like, Caesar salad? Listen, he's doing the right thing. Porscha's a dummy to put somebody in a father position that quick and try to cut him out. He don't even know Simon's going to be around next year. And judging by Simon's track record, most likely he won't, right? Again, this is the wrap up, right? Then we're going to let some callers come on, maybe, right? Questions we need to ask. How is Porscha always playing power games and she's always losing, right? Aunt Liz, she played a power game with that stupid, dumb, crying thing. Porscha is such a scumbag. Like, I don't care what y'all say. I don't care what y'all say. I also want to say this, right? Simon had the nerve, right? Had the nerve to post this on his Instagram, a picture of Aunt Liz trying to do cleanup. One of my favorite members of Porscha's family is Miss Elizabeth O'Malley. Simon, nobody gives a damn. That's another thing. Simon has a huge, who cares? One of my favorite, nobody cares. But this is his Instagram post, so fine. I guess we do care, right? Finally known as Aunt Liz. For those of you who do not know who Aunt Liz is, she is late Hosea Williams' second sister, Porscha's father, who passed away in 1998. She is my adopted aunt because of her adopted Nigerian last name, Yoruba, to be exact. Simon's not Yoruba. Simon's been. Why is Simon trying to always act like he's Yoruba when he's Benin? How do you say it? You know what I'm talking about. He's not Yoruba. So anyway, I know I'm mispronouncing that too. I don't mean disrespect. Somebody give me the phonetics, Betty. Yoruba. He's not Yoruba. He's Benin, right? She and I have connected immediately on that level, and we have remained close ever since. She is nothing but sweet and welcoming to me and my family. Again, he's not Yoruba. I'm from a family that shows an abundance of respect to their elders. If that's the case, why your mommy's balls melting? Why aren't you renovated your mom's house? Why your mom don't have a electric? You said when you went there, power kept going out. Why your mom don't have backup generators, Simon? Since you're from a person that shows an abundance of respect to your elders. Does your mom not count as an elder? I'm just wondering. But let's move on. When we disrespect our elders in my culture, it is tantamount to disrespecting our ancestors. He tried it. So when Simon said that when he sees Black women, he has fear in his heart, was he just talking about Black Americans, or was he talking about Nigerian Americans? Does he see himself as Black American, or does he see a wedge between Nigerian American women and Black American women? I'm actually wondering, because you not only disrespected your elders, you disrespected Black women, and now you on here talking about is tantamount to disrespecting our ancestors. Okay, all right. Aunt Liz is an elder, a respectable one. Yes, Benin is a city of Edo State in southern Nigeria. Yes, got that. Aunt Liz is an elder, a respectable one at that. It would be near impossible for me to disrespect her on any level given my upbringing. Oh, okay. Thanks, guys. All right. Oh, so Benin is a state. Yoruba is a tribe. He's still not a root. Listen, I'll get it right because I don't remember the names, but Simon's lying about being Yoruba. I think. I'm going to check on that. I have some inside information. I'm going to make a video and explain it. I'm going to make it a video and thing. And yes, I do have receipts, okay? Just in case he tries to change something on his Instagram. I got receipts to call him out, right? You disrespected her when you told her why she was praying over her niece to go pick up her niece's shoes. You disrespected her when you walked up to her and said that Porscha is Hosea's legacy and they need to start. What am I saying? Y'all saw the show. Y'all saw the show. Today's episode depicting me having a conversation with Aunt Liz. Oh, let me take cookie. What was unfortunately taken out of context. I see Simon is in the Porscha Williams School of Lying. Let's see what this liar got to say. Y'all, we're almost at 2,000 likes. Please, just a few more likes. I only need 200 more of you to hit the like button. Come on. Let's do it for Simon's ancestors. Listen, if we hit the $200 like button, 200 likes right now, Simon may stop being afraid of Black women. Maybe, but Simon's afraid of everyone. You saw, that's another reason when I said that's a goddamn lie that Dennis tried to put his hands on on Porscha. Because if he did, why was Simon sitting there? Gripped against the wall with Storm. If he was so thick, why Simon handled Dennis since Dennis tried to hit his woman? Lies from the pits of hell. Okay, so let's get into this, right? My comment was directed at all members of the family that Porscha is an integral part of Hosea Williams' family, and Hosea Williams' granddaughter should be accorded some respect given the sacrifices her grandfather and others like Aunt Liz have made to our community. Did you just read this shit? Let's just read this shit in regular voice, right? When he told Aunt Liz they need to start respecting Porscha, his comment was directed to all members of the family that Porscha is an integral part of the Hosea Williams family, and the Hosea Williams granddaughter should be accorded some respect given the sacrifices her grandfather and others like Aunt Liz have made in the community. You telling the fucking family? So basically, you said in a lot of words, badly worded, of course, exactly what we thought it was. You had the audacity. It's time I don't even understand why he's so awkward because he's Porscha's lapdog. You had the audacity to stand in front of Aunt Liz, right? Hosea's the first daughter, Hosea's sister, right? Senior's daughter, sister, Junior's sister that's been arrested since night, and tell her that they need to afford Porscha more respect. These people that's not new to this, is true to this, need to start respecting Porscha on what grounds? Strippergate? Candygate? Lying? Torturing her baby's father? Girl. Woo, Simon is a piece of work. And you literally wrote out in words what we thought it was. This is exactly what we thought it was. You still have a nerve. Why does Porscha owe respect? How are you going to the elders telling them in a family you don't even know that you're not even a part of? You haven't even been married in, sir. At this point when he was talking shit, he wasn't even divorced. Sir, who are you? First of all, who are you? You're not even divorced right now, sir. You couldn't be a part of this family if you wanted to. And you telling us we need to respect Porscha more? The girl that slept with the entertainment? I guess, right? I came from a place of culture. Respecting our family name is all I'm attempting to point out. I'm sick of Simon being condescending to Black American culture. Simon, I know you only been here for 40 years, but Black Americans, we have our own culture, Simon. And it's not what you see on TV, and it's not the cops. like cops, people getting arrested. It's not bad boys. It's not single dads that you got to have a lecture with and sit down. We have our culture. Our culture is actually the predominant culture all over the world. Look at the runways of Paris. Look at who is doing big things in MIT with stem cells, with research. Look at the people that are doing big things in Silicon Valley. Look at every major invention in this country was stolen from the slaves. Look at until what was it, 1950 or 60, Black people weren't even allowed to have patents. So if we invented something, we had to take it to a white person we kind of trusted to get a patent, and that white person would take the credit, and we'd be screwed. Look at what we built this country through our brains, our blood, our sweat, our tears. American food, Southern food is our food. American music, every popular music form, from jazz to rap to reggae, okay, not reggae, fine, I went too far, but from jazz to rap to all that all started in America. Black music, rhythm and blues, all of it. You don't believe me? Google this shit. I don't gotta lie about this. For you to sit here and act like Black Americans don't have culture, for you to say that Black Americans don't respect their elders. I'm from a culture where we respect our elders, but yet you were in ours disrespecting one of our women. Look at one of our women with fear in your heart. This man, this boy child, this man child, this man with this Peter Pan syndrome that literally is having a, what is it? It can't be a 3/4 life crisis. Like, you sat there and disrespected one of our icons, one of our own, several times. And then you said you from a culture that respects its elders? Guess what? We do too. And we have our own culture too, Simon. It's about fucking time you started respecting that. But I know you got hate and fear in your heart for Black women. So go and watch my video where I break it down. And I'm taking screenshots from what Simon said himself. Anyway, I came from a place of culture. Respecting our family name is all that I was attempting to point out. Your family name. Then why are you using Simon? Why don't you use your real name, Iori? Seriously. Since you're from a place of culture and this and that, use your real first name. How about that? That'd be a step in the right direction instead of worrying about what's going over here. However, this point was depicted on television as wholly regrettable. It wasn't depicted. They didn't cut the scene. They showed the scene from beginning to end, Simon. They didn't splice you. It wasn't a Frankenbite. You said this shit. Porscha sent you as her goddamn lapdog, and you're gullible and stupid and on the come up, and you want to be famous, and you want to do this, and you want to. Porscha could probably tell you to do something strange on TV, bark like a dog on one leg, and you would do it. Porscha could tell you to bark like a dog, and you would do it. But this sorry ass thing, you literally, Simon's so stupid. If there's one thing I can't, and that's the thing, when I say someone's so stupid, listen, there are some things that I miss too. I'm not talking about intelligence. I'm talking about, I hate people that think they're the smartest person in the world, but yet they look down on other people. They talk shit about other people. They think they're better than other people, and they want to be on a higher level. And then you're just like, all right, well then wow me. If you want me to admire you and look at you, wow me. You got the floor, wow me. And then they open their mouth and say dumb shit. And you're just like, stop wasting my time. Like, get out of here. Get out of here. You feel like windmilling them. Anyway, however, this point was depicted. Woohoo! We're at 2,000 likes. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you, guys. Okay, however, this point was depicted on television as wholly regrettable. Happy Sunday, and I hope you're all totally entertained. That's why your sugar mama's show got cut down by 2 episodes, and it's now pretty much canceled. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Okay, so listen. Okay, so Simon's a liar and he's Porscha's flunky. Porscha is a gaslighter and a horrible person. They cut out 2 episodes. Porscha lost at least 20% of her pay. What's 2 out of 9? At least 20%, 23% of her pay. Again, Porscha's word she's Don Corleone, and she's not. All right, really quick. let's get, since we got 2,000 people, let's get something. I'm going to drop the call-in link. You guys hurry up and call in. If not, we will cut this short. Y'all know I'm jet lag, but I'm enjoying this chat with you guys. There you go. There you go. There you go. Listen. Woo! Thank you so much, Rim. I appreciate that for getting the troops and for B2 to rounding up the troops and getting everybody. All right, I just dropped the call-in link. Does anybody want to call in? Simon's completely lame. He was just a Thank you. Who said that? Oh, hey, Betty. Hold on. Let's see. Let's get some people in. Hey, Betty. Hey, CK.
What's up?
Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
Good night, everybody.
Hey, guys. Okay, so jump in. What were your impressions of the episode? I want to hear your honest opinions. Let's start with Betty, then we'll go to CK, then we'll go to Judgy.
Good night, everyone. Good night, Tisa. Good night, Tattle Tells down in the chat. Hey, family. My thought on this episode, actually, Tisa, this is the first episode I actually watched, by the way. This is the very first episode I watched from beginning to end. I'm actually kind of sad because I feel like Porscha comes from a really good family. Well, you know, outside of Miss Diane's side. Aunt Liz and the Hosea Foundation. That whole thing I think is very interesting. And I'm actually kind of sad that it didn't get more, you know, attention on this show because it was supposed to be that. Because I think that is a very good legacy. It's a great legacy. And those people actually do seem like good people. And I just wish that we could have saw more of that. Yeah. So that's the good part. Well, something like the good part. Porscha is really fucked up. That scene with Lonnie, I'm not gonna lie, it triggered me because I could tell that it just all became clear to me. I feel like she's a really messed up person, but they're the people that are close to her kind of like really want her to be better, and they kind of hold on to this idea of maybe if I'm this way, maybe if I do this, I can like, you know, get Porscha to show her good side. I can get Porscha to like be vulnerable and just, you know, be a good human being. And I think that Porscha uses that to manipulate the people that are closest to her. And it's kind of like this cycle of them hoping that one day the good side of Porscha is going to come out. You know, that's what I got from that scene in Lonnie, because Lonnie, you can tell, you know, she sees Porscha for who she is, but she kind of wishes that there was more. There's, you know, that she wishes that there's a good side. So she tries to appeal to that. And I think that that conversation, that's exactly what was going on. It's like, girl, you know, you got me fired, but hey, let me give you a chance to make it right. Let me give you a chance to speak your piece. And Porscha just punched right down on her, you know, and then Lonnie felt defeated because it's like, damn, I opened myself up to this girl and she's punching down on me. And then here Porscha comes with the manipulative, super fucked up shit, like, oh, I love you, but I love you. And, you know, to me, it was just like a view into how she treats people that are close to her, that really care about her. Like, this is the roller coaster that they go on with her. You know, she abuses you, then you kind of like, want her to say sorry, you want that good part to come out, so you make yourself vulnerable, and then she punches down on you, and then you become the vulnerable one and cry, and then she comes around like, yeah, that's right, you better cry and come over here and let me hug you. Don't do that again, by the way. Like, I just thought that was so abusive. It horrified me. I thought that was very abusive. Porscha, girl, you need help. You need help. You need therapy. You are not a good person, sis. And what you're doing to your baby's father is really messed up. It's really messed up. That man loves his daughter. Do not do that. Do not use his daughter against him. That is not right. Your daughter will not forgive you for that either, by the way. If you are successful in doing that, you are doing a disservice to your daughter, and she's going to grow up and she's going to resent you for doing that, because she loves her daddy, and that is very clear. They love each other. Do not mess that up. That is not right, girl. You need help, sis. I'm actually disturbed. I'm officially disturbed. Last week, I was a little bit entertained. Now I'm just disturbed at all of this. I really am. She's too grown to be acting the way that she acts. Oh, you know what? You know what I think too? I kind of have like an armchair diagnosis for Porscha.
Let me hear it.
Somebody in the comments said that she's living out her mama's pain. And I think that is a very good observation. I think that whatever happened between Miss Diane and those Hosea Williams people really bothered Porscha, not only did she learn some things from that situation, meaning like learn how to act and learn how to navigate certain relationships, she also, I think she also took on this like, I guess almost a vendetta when it's like, I'm going to prove to you guys that I am worthy and I'm not just like a side baby. I'm not just a person you can, even when the girl was pointing out that Aunt Liz is married to that director, it just seems like those people over there really got it together, And I think Porscha kind of decided a long time ago that she's living her life to prove to these people that I can be better than you, or I can be just as good as you. And the only way she knows how to do that is with money and with material things. But Porscha, you got to see that those people got good hearts. You know what I'm saying? They got their spirits. That's where their wealth is in their spirits. It's not just what they own and what they have. They're also really good people on the inside. Why don't you care about that?
True.
Why don't you care about
that? True. It's so odd. I'll say that. Like, it's super, super odd. I'll definitely say that. I do. The thing is, I have to disagree. When you say she holds her mother's pain, no, because maybe with the Hosea's family, but Porscha acts like this with everybody,
I think this is where she kind of like based her personality on, she saw what was happening to her mother. So she decided, I'm going to be this kind of person. It's like, I'm going to be that person that nobody could ever treat me a certain way. Nobody could ever say, I don't got no money. Nobody could ever say a man doesn't want me, stuff like that. It's like, she wants to kind of like fix the wrongs that happened to her mother. She wants to be like the embodiment of, I guess, the vindication of whatever happened between her mom and those people. And I definitely believe that she just did not want to go to that Hosea Foundation thing. Her and her mom decided that we were going to use PJ as an excuse because they're not going to go against that. And they just don't want to publicly support those people. I totally believe that. And that's petty as hell, girl. Get over whatever happened. Get over it. Make lemonade out of lemons. That's what you got to do. Why you want to hold on to this stuff for so long? And you willing to ruin your family behind this? This is too much. You need Porscha, girl, therapy. Go to therapy.
It definitely. Okay. Oh, that note, Betty, I agree with 70% of what you said. But that whole thing about the mom's pain, it's like, listen, Porscha is just phony. Like, I don't think she holds faith. I think she's just a manipulator. I think she might be a narcissist. Don't forget when they left Mexico, she posted stuff saying, "Oh my God, look at Lonnie's like first green screen, a star in the making." Meanwhile, you're behind the scenes throwing her underneath the thing, right? But at this point, you're trying to do damage control because you don't want Lonnie out in the street talking, right? You look at the book. We learned nothing about who Porscha was and why she is today. The only thing we learned is she is a liar that lives in her own fantasy world and writes fan fixing, right? Porscha was kissing up to the family the whole time until the week of the Tamara Hall interview, right? And that's like when she got ghosted because she didn't want her crazy to be seen. And she thought that she could maybe spin it so that the family looked crazy. Anyway, let's get, but we'll come back to this. CK, why don't you give me your impressions of what's going on?
What's up? First things first, Tisa, I love you so much. I'm like always watching when you drop another video because I'm literally like addicted. So I can't believe I'm up here right now.
Thank you.
But I wanted to say, whenever Porscha and Simon are talking about, oh, this is entertainment, we're watching a television show. A show is entertainment. It's like a given, right? And watching this is a little worse than that. It's like watching the dark side of reality television. Like, did she not just spend the last 10 years on a reality television show? Like, shouldn't she know how to conduct herself? That's
a good point.
She's, why are you losing it and crumbling at this time? I think that, just the situation with Dennis is really getting under her skin. And so that's why she's kind of unraveling. And I don't even think that this was really entertaining to watch. It's hurtful. I live here in Atlanta. I follow the housewives like nobody's business. And so that's one of the reasons why I watch the show. And I'm just like, ugh, this isn't a good look. And I think that she noticed it too. The added scenes was very weird and choppy, going from all the confessional looks that she has to these 2 confessional looks just for this episode. I don't know. It's weird. And I also think that if she thinks about it, all of the aggression that she's shown on camera is not going to bode well when she goes to sit in front of that judge about those papers that Dennis sent. It's captured. You tried to fight your daughter's father, his grandma. You the way that she even pushed Dennis, not Dennis, the way that she pushed Simon. If you go back and watch the footage from the fight, Simon was trying to get her, and she was even like pushing him.
I saw him like.
What is she gonna do, right? He's gonna say something wrong, and he's gonna be in the middle of this pool, right, in this new house, right? I can't do the voice as well as you, but you know what I mean, right? It's gonna be on and popping. Yeah. So I don't think it's gonna get another season. I don't think that, other than us dragging it, that anybody really wants to see this. It's like a dumpster fire. Like, oh my gosh, the dumpster's on fire. I can't stop looking away. It doesn't make it a good thing. And I also think, if you think of the shows and things that she left, it's really because I think they got wind of these particular things. Like, you can't be on a platform and bring the news about other people and then not even address the things that are happening in your own life. And then one last thing, and I'll give other people a time to talk.
I actually had finish your point, because I had a question for you when you're done, but go on.
Yeah. I was going to say the last thing was, I did some research on the Hosea Foundation, and back in, I think it was 2017, the foundation that they just showed on the show tonight is like another iteration of the original foundation. Back in 2017, the foundation had to leave where they were in the warehouse because they couldn't afford the rent. And wasn't Porscha on television making coins at that time?
Oh, you're right about that. I forgot. I actually never knew they couldn't make the rent. This is just new tea you spilled. But you're right. Porscha was on, and she got on as like, oh no, this and that. And her and Cordell were dropping all these big donations. Yo, Porscha's been a phony since the beginning, huh?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Wow. I have a question for you though. Were you ever a fan of Porscha, or was there ever a time that you thought Porscha was harmless?
I think truthfully, where that took a turn for me was at the reunion, which was like her second year, right, when she fought Kenya. When I saw that, I knew that she wasn't all there. Just the way that she was like reacting, even they had her on the full floor and she was kicking and all this other kind of stuff. I was like, something's not all there. And over time, right, they I think Phaedra was able to help her kind of get outside of that and find more of that fun. That's when they were the frickin' frack and doing all of that. But the more and more you would just see aggression. And I think that when she sees people that have something that she doesn't have, right, and she can't explain it, I think she goes, oh, I'm a good person. Why don't I have this? Why don't I have that? She gets really angry with them. And I think maybe that's what causes it. But I mean, after her dragging Kenya across the floor, like, I don't think that she was my favorite.
I understand what you're saying. It's like, you're like, yeah, this is cute, this is whatever. But when there is something about when somebody else's toxicity, because we all are in our own ways, we have our own little things. But when it starts spilling out to other people, it's just like, no, wait a second. Like, please keep your mess internally, go to therapy, do whatever. Let me ask you another question though. What did you think about Porscha on this episode? When, the whole thing with Dennis, and just to get a male perspective, the whole thing on Dennis was she wanted him to care so much. Like, what did you think of that whole interaction? I know Betty, I already know Betty's thinking. Me and Betty are just like, ugh, cringe, embarrassing. But what did you think of that?
I will tell you, and it's something that I've heard pretty much all my life. If you deal with someone that you've dealt with a lot, and when they are rah, sis, boom, bah, and, getting angry and all the other kind of stuff, you like, okay, there's some feeling there. But when you talk to somebody and they are completely cold and they are flat, they don't care no more about you, boo-boo. Like, you know what I mean? It's over. They've already reserved in their head how they view you. And it ain't nothing changing over here, right? Ain't nothing changing. And I think that she started to see that, and also see that she didn't have any power over him. All of those things that she tried to pull up and this, that, and the other, he was like, okay, just the facts, ma'am. Just the facts. And she couldn't take it.
Just the facts, ma'am. That's a great thing. He's like, just the facts, ma'am. So where's Pilar going to be going to school? That's all. No, but Simon, so is it going to be? Yeah, and she can handle it.
Yeah, one more thing that just kind of sprinkled out over time on the show was Dennis said a lot of things, and other people said things to Simon, and he didn't run it and take those back to Porscha. Dennis goes, hey, can you tell her that I got a girl coming? While they're at breakfast. Right?
But do you believe Simon? Because to me, Simon comes across as like someone so desperate for fame that he'll do anything Porscha needs him to do, right? Do you believe that he didn't tell Porscha, or do you believe that Porscha knew, but she's just trying to make a moment or a scene?
You know what? I think he's kind of crafty. I think because he's in it for it too, right? You know what I mean? So it has to be some entertainment. You know how producers produce? He in his own head is producing her, I think. Because when she had that moment with Lauren and Lauren told her, it didn't hit me like she already knew.
Oh, really?
That's me.
You know what? You might be right. It's just the point that she's so phony that, and that's where we are. Somebody that's so phony that like you say something and you're looking like, oh no. So yeah, okay. I get what you're saying, right? Again, I will say though, my insiders are telling me that to your thing, Porscha was twerking in scenes even before Phaedra. It just so happened that nobody wanted to film with her before Phaedra. Phaedra was a thing, right? And true, Porscha did want Dennis to care. And she knows by acting like that in the scene with like, your mama, and it's going to trigger Dennis to care, right? But I agree with you. Even when she pressed all of his triggers, he was just like, and that's why we're going to court. He literally in that moment was like, okay, so he wanted, and the thing is, she wanted him so much to, when you think about it, actually, it's actually kind of sick. Porscha did the same thing to Dennis in that last pickup scene as she did in Mexico. The only thing is she didn't have Dom and Storm and all those people running interference and making commotion.
And riling it up.
Yes, but she tried because again, I remember for a second being like, what's going on? What's going on? When you heard the tone of Porscha's voice and heard her screaming, he wants to get a judge on me. And I literally was like, what's going on? And then I had to think, wait, what? Girl, this is not a threat. And everybody was looking so confused. And even Dennis was like, Porscha, stop it. But imagine if she had her family and friends and she could have made that stuff. And then before you know it, another fight. But she was by herself.
Flying.
Yeah. No, but she tried. She tried the same thing. She wants Dennis to look aggressive. And I think she literally went after filming, right? I think she went after filming. I think that she was like, damn, this is going to go good. By the third episode, I think, because even though she's EP, she's getting it like a few days before we are. So she's looking at like each episode a few days earlier. And she's just like, damn, this looks really bad. I think Porscha and Simon, or maybe just Porscha, concocted a scheme on how to change the narrative. And the scheme was to paint Dennis as the bad guy. And to your point, I do agree with you. The whole reason she even showed up for that pickup scene is because she needed. And that's the thing. Dennis didn't get aggressive. And this lets me know also, Dennis didn't get aggressive in Mexico. But you saw that he was right there. And if you pushed a little more, maybe you could have gotten that violent reaction you wanted. And you could like change the subject, right? Yeah. She literally came back to make him get violent or aggressive, but Dennis just wasn't having it. So yeah, that's actually really dangerous when you think about it. Right?
I see him as someone that would like curse her out and not get physical. Because every time that he really turns up, he just wants to tell it all. But then he holds it back and is like, you know what, man? Never mind. I don't think that he would get physical. The other thing, and then Tisa, I love you, but I gotta go. My boyfriend's probably like, what are you doing and who are you talking to?
No, definitely. But make sure you link up with me on Instagram so I can follow you. I love the hat. Tell your boyfriend thank you for letting you.
Last thing, Dennis is listening to what she's talking about as far as, you know, getting a house with Simon and all this other kind of stuff. And it's hitting him. And it was hitting me too, because before Porscha's Family Matters started, they were doing the Porsha and Dennis special. And the last episode, or the last couple of episodes, was where he was trying to buy her a house and get her to move into the city. And she wouldn't do that with him, but she had a child with him. And now she's about to do it with Simon. Something's not clean in the buttermilk.
You're right.
He's like, how could you do those things with this random person, but you wouldn't even do those things with me? Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
Yes, exactly. I love that. Just the facts, ma'am. So we moving?
Just the facts.
Yes, just the facts.
I love you, boo. I'm definitely going to hit you up.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling in. Hope to hear from you soon again. And don't forget to link up on Instagram, okay?
Absolutely.
Tell your boyfriend we say thank you for loaning you. Bye. Night. Okay, so next up, we got Judgy, then we're going to Thick Girl, then we're going to Kaya. What's up? What's up, Judgy? Hey.
Nothing much. Just about to serve this little guy an eviction notice and clear the room. But for those that don't know, I'm like 9 months pregnant, and I'm like,
she's about to pop.
I'm waiting. But anyway,
congratulations.
Thank you. So basically right now, my issue with this episode, because I think it was a good wrap-up episode. It didn't it wasn't too much, but I felt like I really didn't like the scene with her and Lonnie, because I really didn't like how it showed how materialistic she was.
Yeah.
And how money hungry she was. Because if you have money, why don't you just go buy a new bag? They have repair shops. You could just go get it cleaned.
True.
So it doesn't make sense that that the oil, whatever happened, the oil spilled on the purse, whatever, and you throw it around across the room, yelling and stuff, and then like she's laughing about it, like it's funny, but it's not. And then you do it to, and then one thing I'm seeing is that she does this to all the people that are close to her, and it's so wrong. And it's very, very like traumatizing to be with Porscha and to have a relationship with Porscha. Because now I can see, exactly why like Lonnie never really confronted her about why she got fired, because it's all toxic and then it's all confusion. Because still, even at that table, she never said, hey, you messed up my purse, and that was a $5,000 purse or whatever it was, and I had to let you go. She still didn't say it at that time. She said it in a confessional. Like she was trying to justify the way she acted.
Yeah, that's so true. That is true.
And I think like if she would have said it, I think Lonnie would have been able to check back on her. And then when Lonnie said, she didn't even tell me I was fired, Dom was there. And then Dom was already working for her. And she told me, I don't need you anymore or something. And I was like, that is some cold-hearted stuff.
Well, Judgy, I have to ask you, do you think it was actually about the purse for Porscha, or do you think it's the fact from what we've seen that Porscha has to blame every situation where she reacts with anger on a person or a thing? Like the fact that she told Dennis to fire Lonnie, the fact that she fired Lonnie and she said the purse, I don't know. Do you think that whatever reason she just wanted to fire Lonnie, didn't have the guts, and then use that as an excuse? Like I'm honestly asking you. Maybe I'm reaching here, but what do you think?
I think honestly, Porscha's overall a punk. She can't handle being like actually in the fire of things. She has to find a way to actually move around it and not be looked at as the bad guy. Because I didn't fire you, Dennis fired you. And if Lonnie never asked why Dennis fired her, then she probably wouldn't have known that it was really Porscha. And so even that way that they worked around it, like Dom was already working for her and then she got let go and all that stuff, that was even confusion. So it's like she always wants to keep creating this mini chaos around her so that people can't catch on to it until we're sitting back. Like here we are 2 hours later, sitting back on this stuff, trying to and realizing all the circles that she ran around. And one thing I'll say about the I'm not going to take too much on Simon and Aunt Liz because Simon, you're a disrespectful piece of trash. You need to go take care of your own stuff first before you come over here. Trying to say what Black America needs to do. You need to go get your own foundation with your 400 million monopoly dollars. Leave us the F out of it. And that's the way I'm going to leave it.
Exactly. He shocked me with those comments. What do you guys think about Simon's comments about Black women?
We discussed this earlier when I brought up that whole comment he made about Fallon. I was like, that creeped me out. And I knew he was from there. And also, he irritates me when he tries to use his culture as a one-up. If you are talking about trying to respect this woman because she's been adopted into the Yoruba tribe, then he would know that someone could be a year, 2 years, 3 years older than you, and you are expected to have a certain kind of respect to them.
Oh, really?
And we're like, yes, like you could be, so my cousin could be 5 years older, and I'm supposed to like treat them like a full-on adult. So it's just confusing to me how he wants to dip in and out of which culture he wants to use at that moment in time to see like he's better than everyone else. Because I'm just like, Black Americans, like, I respect your elders, all that kind of stuff. But the fact that he took the stance of like, oh, she's been adapting into Yoruba culture and tribe and all that kind of stuff, then you would never in your right mind ever feel comfortable to speak to her like that.
Yeah. No, that
always bugs me.
Yeah, it's weird to that point. And it's good because you definitely, for you guys that don't know, Kaya, she's half Nigerian. It's weird that he does hide behind his culture so much. And I feel like he does it because unless you told me this, I'd be like, okay, if you say it's your culture, I guess, because I don't really know your culture. But like you said, you're like Simon, you literally put it on like a cloak and then take it off when you want. So yeah.
Yeah, he's like trying to be like Harry Potter with it, with the cloak, with the invisible cloak. Like, now you can't touch me, you can't see me type stuff. I really didn't appreciate it because I think it was bad taste. I do appreciate Aunt Liz like not letting it get to her and like staying positive and moving forward, like and going with the event. And also it was like mob vibes, like Porscha sent you a message type of stuff. And it's like, Porscha, you gonna be sending like the Nigerian mob after your auntie over this? Like,
here's the thing I heard. So from what I've seen in Nigerian culture, when you meet your elder and you're trying to like be respectful, you're supposed to bow to Liz and call her auntie, right? Simon was like, yeah, go pick up her shoes, instead of getting up to go get it herself. And let's not forget, getting back to that purse, Porscha said that she fired Lonnie because of the baby oil on the Chanel purse, right? But allegedly, Dom was even let go because she mistakenly accused him of stealing from her.
Oh.
I think Porscha just get fed up with people. She get mad. I honestly do feel like sometimes she is kind of like viperish. Have you ever met people that turn on everybody? Like, they just turn on everyone. Like, it's only a matter of time before they got a problem with you because you look the wrong way or you sneeze, and they turn on everybody.
Well, it's true. She's been on Real Housewives, and we've never seen a friend really stick it through and then not have, like, major issues. Like, best friends still go through issues and all that kind of stuff. But for you to not go to your best friend's wedding in Kenya, what in the world is wrong with you? Like, even with Kenya, but her best friend, Brandon, he's been here since the very beginning. Porscha, there has not been one friend that I can remember that has been here from the very beginning, and she not have a significant major fallout with.
Yeah.
And also I think one thing about like her whole firing stuff, and it's done in a way to disrupt their lifestyle, because again, they're depending on Porscha to pay them. So I really would like to see how does those situations, because now you see it's damaging material items, stealing, messing up purses. Like, does she deduct that out their final paycheck so she doesn't have to pay them?
I think it's a power trip, honestly. I think she just likes having that much power over other people's lives. And she just likes to, I think she creates relationships with people just so she can have an opportunity sometime in the future to destroy that and to destroy their character and to mess with them. I honestly think that's how she is. She just enjoys this ego and power trip.
Yeah. It's like, why would you want almost everyone in your family to have to work with you when you seem to not like them working with you? Like, why do you need every single person in your family? And it's not even like, because Candy has everyone in her family, but eventually everyone in her family kind of has their own thing that is obviously still dependent on Candy, but has branched out. But everyone, it's like no one's ever like running their own separate business. Everyone's always an assistant.
No, you're right about that. You're right. She doesn't empower people. I just want to read 2 super chats. Miss Sandra ATL says, thank you for the super chat, said, I think it's her insecurities that she keeps bringing up his mom because she could never win him over from Gina completely. So she resents Gina. I agree with that. Andrew Winston says, Simon mentioned you in his comments. Anyway, so he's most likely lurking in here. What's up, Simon? What's up? So anyway.
But I thought he was afraid of Black women. But yet he's on the Black women's YouTube.
He's looking at me with fear in his heart. He's probably trying to do a restraining order against me.
You better be scared, Simon, because you know we're going to read you down. You better be scared. You go hide under your bed, Simon. Go hide. And
go
ahead.
No, it's just this culture thing really bothers me. Also, like, I'm not half Nigerian. My mom's Jamaican and my stepfather is Nigerian. No, we're still all in the family. No problem.
Okay, still all in the family. Sorry about that. But yes, you got that Nigerian seasoning.
I feel like I know more words in tribal language than Simon does. It's how far we've come from this, which is why like this cultural thing that he keeps trying to bring up bothers me. Because I'm just like, you're not teaching your new wife, your future wife, how to say your food in your language. You're not. Where's your dowry? I brought this up before. If he is about this money, even we were middle class, and even my mom had a dowry. Where is Porscha Williams' dowry? I'm wondering.
I'm wondering
so, like,
too.
If you are throwing this up in people's faces, then I want it to be a fun cultural experience, and it's not because you are using it to beat down on people. And there's already an issue between, you know, the Black diaspora, and I just feel like he peddles that along with like his talking points on Instagram.
Yes. No, I completely agree with you. Prosperity, why don't you? I'm sorry, not Prosperity. Thick girl, what's up? Jump in here.
I want to know. Why would she is so narcissistic that you are telling your cousin that's younger than you, who was in college at the time, why was she not there for you to lean on?
Yeah.
So you telling me she's supposed to not worry about her grades or not enjoy herself at college because Porscha is going through something in Atlanta?
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with you? And then you fire your cousin over a purse, and you know you got that purse repaired. Y'all know she didn't throw that damn purse in the trash.
Exactly.
She just needed a reason to fire Lundy.
Yeah.
That's what that was. That was the excuse that she needed, and she fired that girl. And then for you to sit there and my family this and making this girl feel less than she already does because of everything you just said to her. And then you want to come back and hug her. You knew what you said, and you knew she heard what you said. So why are you sitting here trying to play the good person again? And I love you. I'm sorry. No, you don't. You meant everything you just said in that corner to the producer. But now that you know that makes you look stupid and bad, now you want to come over here and freaking fake apologize. Porscha is ridiculous. This is why I have been saying Dennis needs to get his parental rights protected because of the way she is. Like she said, we want to get out of calendar and mark on dates. No. If we're going to do this, we're going to do this. And I shouldn't have to worry about a calendar or what dates. If I want my child and you didn't already have something planned, it should be no problem. I don't need a day on the calendar to, that's the only time I can come get my child.
Exactly.
But you're mad. Right, you're mad because you said that this is what you were going to do. And he actually went and did it. Yeah. You thought you had Dennis under some kind of spell, but you really didn't. And now you're figuring it out, so you're mad. Mm-hmm. And she wanted a kiss from Dennis when he asked Pilar to kiss her too. Did y'all see the way she tooted her face?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
I said, he asked her for a kiss, not you. Don't you want to come in for a second? No, we're not falling back into that routine. And Dennis, why did you apologize to her? You owed her nothing. And then after you apologized, she still didn't apologize. He said he apologized. He said it. He said he apologized to her while they was at the hospital. The producer said, but did she apologize to you? He said, no. You should have knew she wasn't. She never apologizes for anything she does.
Dennis probably bumped her and said, I'm sorry. And then went on TV and said he apologized. Bye.
No, I'm saying he said that he apologized. He said he said
apologize. Yeah, but what did
he apologize about what happened in Mexico? They were talking about what happened in Mexico.
But again, Porscha's trying to make it seem like Dennis laid hands on her. That's why I'm like, no, what did he apologize for? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Why did you apologize? There were no need for you to apologize. She should have been doing the one apologizing. And you know, it makes you look real stupid to sit there and do all the things that you did in Mexico to that man, talk to his mother the way you did, and just think he come back and smile in your face and be
And come
happy. It's
in
gonna
your
all go
house.
back to what it was.
Yeah, she
I
could
don't
be
want to come in your house. I don't want to talk to
Yeah.
you. I don't want to do
Okay.
anything with you. Because you can't even fucking apologize and make it sincere. I cannot do her. I swear. Porscha makes me so mad. It's ridiculous. You don't play with kids and their father. That's something you don't do. It's millions of women out here that wish they had a damn father for their children. So for you to keep
Yeah.
trying to play these games, and then you talking about somewhere you're gonna scout the schools, but then you'll let him know which one you pick. No, we're gonna scout these schools together. It's not just
Yeah.
about what you like.
It's just crazy that she really thought that she was going to have Dennis on the string for the rest of Pilar's life. Like, okay, I'll annoy you. Where it's like he can just go and get 50% custody. Like this, I don't know one court if a father or mother is doing even halfway right by their kids that ain't giving half custody. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, girl.
And she told me something, you don't pay for nothing. He was like, oh, don't try to make it seem like we broke over here on this side of the table, because what do she need? Evidently, you don't ask him for anything. He pays for the school. You ask him to do that. That's what he does. And we all know Dennis makes sure that girl got clothes, shoes, food. You're not going to tell me he don't. But you keep trying to make this man seem so bad. It's ridiculous for you to sit here on national TV and show your ass like this and then try to go on IG and play victim. You want us to all be, oh, it's so sad. No, we're not sad about nothing that happens to you. You're dirty. You're trash.
Exactly.
And then she pretends that's a soft spot for her. You know, she's always mentioning this thing with her dad and how she's missing that. So then why do you want to do that to your daughter? Why would you do that to your daughter if you know what that pain is like?
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's ridiculous.
Before.
You think you want more for your child than you do than what you had. Your mama you still dealing with trauma from your father and your mama. She wouldn't walk past the threshold. Now you got Dennis not wanting to walk past your threshold because of the way you fucking acted in Mexico. Y'all jumped that man, and he's supposed to sweep it under the table. And Simon, I don't know who the hell you thought you was talking to when you told Aunt Liz to respect her. Well, Aunt Liz should have got some of them old Black Panthers to roll up on your ass and let you know who the hell you was talking to.
Let's look
who
like
do
she
you
was
think you are?
That was crazy. Kaya, what was your thing when you heard Dennis say Aunt Liz needs to say something and respect her?
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's what I said. I feel like, again, he's just playing our face, because you should never, if he is who he says he is, he would never feel comfortable with saying that. And also it's a bunch of posturing, because I'm like, are these just two idiots working together? Because how are you going to tell the daughter that she needs to respect the granddaughter for her father's doing? Like, that didn't make any sense to me. That made no sense to me.
You want her to put respect on her name, but you're not gonna put respect on her name, on the lady who got locked up at 9 years old, so that you can be able to come over into this country. But you want her to respect the dean bet to think it's 265 days in the year, and that the damn Underground Railroad is real. Boy, sit your ass down.
And that also just plays into the part of just like the destruction that Simon wants to cause. Because my thing is, it's so interesting how Porscha is like, this is all for PJ. This is all for PJ. We had never once ever heard of an issue of co-parenting between Porscha and Dennis before this. Now Simon has entered the chat, and now we need to go to court. And Dennis is right for making sure that he goes through proper channels. But before Simon was in the picture, no one, Porscha has never said anything, had not one complaint of Dennis. We have never heard anything from any cousin, any aunt, any mom, any grandma about Dennis. Now Simon is here, and now all of a sudden you don't even want to tell me what county, what city my child is going to be living in? That makes no sense. And so which is why you have to go to court, because she's playing games. And I'm asking you, okay, where are you moving to? I don't even need to know the street right now, just the city, the zip code, please. Oh, well, you see, pick her up. So that means you want it to be a flash. You want it to be a Big Bang thing where he just pops up and he's like surprised by this. And then you're scouting school without her father. You want him to pay for it, though, don't you? How are you complaining about him not paying for things, but now you're going to be looking out for things he has to pay for without him?
No, that's true.
Doesn't make sense.
You bring up a good point. Like, again, I've never seen a real life I thought guys lied about it, about a baby mom that's like giving them trouble. Like I could literally see Dennis going to pick up Pilar and just ringing the doorbell and then being like, "Oh, sorry, we forgot to tell you." Like, again, I wouldn't want Porscha to control anything. Dennis is smart to do it the right way. You are right about that. Porscha brought it up, and she thought she was going to hold that over Dennis's head, and Dennis was supposed to be scared. And Dennis was like, "All right, so what we doing? Let's go, let's go, let's go." You know.
And then
And
the
I
thing,
think Gina thing.
But
Brought this up
also,
before.
she's not moving in the city because, as we understand, Simon is moving in the city, and you will be coming to visit the city because your name ain't on the lease, so you're not moving anywhere near the city. So why are you trying to change schools for your daughters? You still live in the goddamn Duluth, wherever the hell you live at in the country. So why are you trying to? Oh my God, she paid.
But
You know what though?
but
A
one
lot
thing
of people brought up too. Why wasn't PJ at any of the charity events? Why didn't Simon take her those 3 times he went last year? Interesting enough, when he went those 3 times, Porscha ain't go once, which lets me believe the first time she had an excuse about Pilar's tonsils, but you didn't go the 2 other times Simon went. So you're clearly telling that side of the family you don't mess with them and you don't want them to get any shine off of you, because that's effectively cutting the scenes if the star is not there, right? Well, she thought she was the star. So you're cutting the scene. You weren't on any 3. Pilar's not there learning how to, pick up the mantle and whatnot. I mean, I don't know if I would have sent her there with Simon myself, but I will say, hey, thank you, Miss Will. I am. She said she's literally trash juice, hot Stevie trash juice. But I will say that the fact that you have not been to Hosea Williams once, you don't want to share your celebrity, you don't want to share your shine, you don't want to get on. I think that beef between the family is a very, very real one. And Porscha's so petty, even though she's into activism, that it's never about the activism. It's about her personal grudge before anything. So,
And why did she keep throwing Gina up? It was because remember, she had the first, because she said the prenup. Remember, Gina had that whole conversation. Would you rather be a baby mama or a wife? And that's because she was holding up on the prenup. And as I think Judgy, brought up, or someone else brought up about, Dennis was trying to live together. Doesn't mean he was wrong for not going around and cheating afterwards, but he was trying to live with her towards the city because his businesses are in the city. And then we get to Mexico, everything's Gina, Gina, Gina. Then we come to this scene, and he's talking about, okay, well, we need to go to court, because I don't know what idiot is thinking that you two can't even speak right now, but you're going to follow through on a calendar plan that's not backed by anyone else but you two.
Exactly.
And so now he's going to go to court, and now all of a sudden, oh, Gina, because she knows that Gina's the one who brought up a prenup before. No, woman, how you go through life and how you be an adult is you handle things on paper and have it notarized, have it backed by a judge, by a jury, whatever you need to do. That's how you handle business.
And then also the one thing I think Porscha didn't realize was that is now that she's going to be held accountable by like the court systems. She can't just take Pilar and be a jet babe and go out the country. They're going to have to agree to those things. Even right now, she's not even supposed to do it unless she has an agreement, because they have no agreement. He's on the birth certificate, so you're not even supposed to be leaving the state with the child. If Dennis really wanted to be petty, he would have the police waiting for her at the airport with the child and get her arrested for kidnapping. That's a really petty move, because people have done that. But also another thing is that all those things, those extra things that he's doing, are now going to be minimized because you're living this $400 million lifestyle. They count that in as your income. There's a way, like that's the way they do it for like the the street corner people. I'm trying to beat the algorithm for Tisa. The street corner people that be passing out stuff, and they always and the baby mom is like, no, he has money, he has the new 22 Cadillac, he has a house down here, he has all this property. So what the judge does, they count up all your property, all the things you're showing, the Instagram postings, all of those things, and then they decide based off of how that is, the type of income you have to support that lifestyle. And then that's how they make you come up with that yearly. So she's going to end up on the short end because she's living that lifestyle with Simon. And and then now that's all going to be, all that fake money is going to be counted towards your income when you go to court. Because you can be like, no, she has bags, she goes on trips, she has all this stuff. And then you're going to know exactly to calculate that.
And that's actually really good to point out. Okay.
So she's gonna end up in the short end because then also if they have split days and everything, you're gonna now go into for the child support, it's not going to be like, oh, he had him every other 2 weeks. If he has the days that he actually gets 50-50, she's not going to be eligible for actual child support anymore. And the cost of the school, and also the cost of the school is going to be split between them now.
Yeah, she's an idiot.
Exactly. She's doing herself a disservice trying to make Dennis out to be the bad guy and trying to hurt him using Pilar, and she's going to be the one that loses in the end.
Now, he could always volunteer that, but a lawyer's never going to recommend it. Oh, go ahead, Tisa.
Okay, so I just want to read this out. Care Bear 33, thanks for the super chat. You said, anybody notice that Simon has to ring the bell? He has no key to Porscha's house and was never there in the morning. But this is why I think the relationship's fake, because Dennis and Porscha tried to make things work, but then things fell apart. And my sources are telling me that they still tried to like put on a front like they were together to try to maybe see, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe it might work. Let's see this, right? Dennis didn't have a key to Porscha's house either. And you remember of all the scenes that Dennis filmed, right? He would pop up for scenes at Porscha's house and he would show up at a location in a different car. So again, I don't know how, I don't believe this relationship anymore is really real between Porscha and Simon. I think sometimes when the Henny hit and she got too many strawberry margaritas, maybe for a second, but I just don't think that it's actually like real. I think it's a matter of convenience. I think that it's going to,
I never thought it was real.
Yeah, I did for a second, but I thought it was real because Porscha was gold digging. But now I see they both now realize Simon don't have the money he says he does. This is just my opinion. And, you know, they're like, okay, well, let's grow together because it's like, oh, well, maybe I can use you to film with, you know? But unfortunately, you know, again, also, she's really doing a disservice to Dennis too. It's also weird when she's like, you don't pay anything. I thought she had a billionaire boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? It's I get the point. He should be paying it just for Pilar's college fund. But if she really wanted child support, take him to court, get that child support, and send it to an account. So your boyfriend's paying for everything, but there's still child support. So when Pilar gets older, it's like, this is all the money your dad paid for child support. Go have fun. So I don't know.
Which is why I don't think that's a real relationship. Because my thing is, like, if you first, she's supposed to have her money on her own, which is perfectly fine. He's supposed to have his money. If the stuff happened with Storm, if you need to get things in paperwork, Simon, help me get a lawyer. That way I can go ahead and help Storm handle the situation with Dennis, and that way we can go ahead and have this solidified child agreement in court. I don't understand. I don't get people who have means and access, because so many people in this world do not, and they need to have things done, being handled in the legal process, and they can't find representation because they can't afford or can't find good representation. So the fact that you have the means and the access to do so, and that you completely every step you take, you never do it, makes me side-eye you. Either like you don't know how to really play the game, or all this is for play, and you're like trying to boost up your ego for all the other people who think like you. Because the point is, she keeps playing games with wording. How, oh, you don't pay for anything, you just pay for school. Didn't she say before that they like do like 1 week on, 1 week off? So what is he supposed to be paying for? If you don't have her for a week, that means she's in his home using his water, his electricity. He obviously has clothes there and all that kind of stuff. So what is he actually supposed to be paying for?
And that's the same thing the judge gonna tell her.
That's coded language. That's coded language. Porscha is talking about the money that Dennis should be giving to her, putting in her hand.
Exactly.
That's what I'm talking about there.
The Chanel bags and everything.
Yeah, Dennis literally said, what does she need then? Let me know. And thank you, Cherry Love, for joining the Tattle Tells. She literally was like, what does she need? Let me know. Let me know. And she was like, no, that's not your mom. Like, Porscha was all over the place. Porscha is,
and we know he didn't even need to say that, because we already know if she asks for something, she gonna, especially for his child, she's gonna get it. Porscha is a liar, and this is why Aunt Liz made sure she gave Dennis the distinction between the two sides of the family. She was like, we classy base over here. They run amok over there, and please don't get it mixed up, because we are rooting for you. Y'all don't have to be together for us to still root for you, because you are Pilar's father. They rooting for him more than his own mother is of his child. She's ready to bring him down because he won't drool over her and still want her. Girl, bye. Move on. That's how you know she just. The other reason that relationship ain't real. No man is going, like you said earlier, talking about respect. That must not extend to Porscha, because she disrespected that man the whole trip. She disrespected you with even just reacting the way she did to her child's father. And you talking about give somebody respect. Tell your woman to give you respect.
Exactly. But like she
ridiculous.
said, treating you right, that's your job to treat her right. Don't worry about what's going on over here. Like, you need to treat her more respect. And she's like, that's your job.
Simon
like,
needs some like self-respect. I don't know no man. And I said it like last week. I don't know no man that's gonna be stroking another man's back that's yelling at my woman.
I told y'all he was like Dennis. This ain't between us, bro. I ain't got nothing to do with this. This is all Porsha. Calm down.
I know.
Like, he was acting like he was in a relationship with Dennis. Like that was his. Like he was
caressing that man. I would never.
Yeah, he did make sure he didn't get popped. That's what that was. Do not pop me because it's not me. It's her.
I believe you. I believe you. I was like, I don't know how I feel if that was my man. And my ex is about to get, and he's like,
oh, I know what I felt. He would be my ex as well, because there's no way you're going to let me be doing all this. And I think a man about to hit me and you didn't jump before I did. Child,
exactly. And you
I don't like them type of men.
And it took,
yeah, I'm allergic to those type of men.
His slow time rolling up to that thing. He didn't like leave with Porscha when Porscha was like, oh, okay, we're leaving, and like roll out. He was sitting there for a good minute, and then he started walking over there with his 60-year-old self.
Like, let me go ahead and get up. Let me go ahead before they drag me. I'm
he was like, oh, here we go. It was like he was debating, or you know what, or probably he was eating there, just thinking like, damn, do I go or not?
Right, talking about some damn respect the elder. You are Porscha's elder. Do she respect you? Keep trying to act like you ain't as old as Aunt Liz. If you don't sit your ass down somewhere.
Because aren't they like 2 years apart? Like, but even then, he was just rude. Even a man talking to a woman, can you hand me her shoes? Can you get your ass up and get the Aunt Liz is better than me. But she has so much grace. That's why she's an elder. She has grace. She knows
she a bigger woman than I am. Because I'd have read the hell out of him. You got me all the way. Give her what? Do what to what to Porscha? Yeah, okay.
Did Simon even go inside the building?
Somebody made a good point. They said if football players can use Instagram in court with dealing with their baby's moms, right? And baby mamas can use basketball players, the timelines, right, to piece stuff together. What does Porscha think is going to happen when this custody thing? That's probably why she's so scared. And Dennis actually using footage from the show and showing what happened, right? It's not going to be good for her. It's just not. It's like
at all.
Honestly,
imagine everything else.
Actually, really cares. She cares about the image of all of it and like the power trip, right? And like, oh no, you can't have your daughter, and how dare you show up? Like, Porscha really would be someone that just literally tells Dennis to come at the wrong time. Again, I find people that put, you know, how people say like, they were pushing me and I just exploded. And I'm like, oh, please take responsibility. But Porscha really is that person where you do push people. You push people. And you wait and wait and wait. And you came back for round 2 because you swore when you sat down with Dennis, you could get him to explode. The only thing is Dennis saw you coming and he knows you enough to be like, keep it together. Even when she started screaming and yelling and everybody's just like, wait, what's going on? What's going on? Nothing.
He was like, she's about to be on some bull crap. Let me get
hold up. To me, it looked like she wanted to throw that little salad thing in his face.
Yes.
I didn't know what happened there because I feel like the editing got weird, but didn't that what it looked like? She looked like she was about to throw that roll in his face.
The waitress was like, putting the food down, and she's like, no, take this back. She had so much rage. I feel like she had to hold herself back from throwing the bowl back, and then she didn't look like she wanted to throw it at Dennis, and she was just simmering, like she was a ball full of rage, you know. So
but it always confuses me how much she projects, because the thing is like, she came out how many weeks ago saying that Dennis was saying such horrible things, but the entire time the show has been going on, you have been talking about Dennis. Dennis is the broke one. Dennis doesn't see his child. Dennis doesn't pay this. Dennis doesn't do this, doesn't do that. You have been the one talking about Dennis, and I'm waiting for this scene. I'm waiting for something to pop off. I know I'm saying like this, you know, sometimes you shouldn't curse at people or whatever like that, but Dennis is not, you're not terrible. She didn't say you're a terrible mother. You don't see her all the time. The one thing I saw that like, okay, but still to his point, it's like, oh, well, you called me up randomly one time trying to go to London. Everything else he said was about going to court. And he didn't call you out for anything. All he said was, you need to go to court because that's how it's supposed to be handled. That's how you do a calendar, is you go to court. That way, if something doesn't go right, you can go to court.
Especially when you got a bigger baby mama like Porscha.
Exactly.
But also one thing I noticed was like,
like she keeps trying to paint Dennis like he's this terrible person. When he dropped the baby off, Pilar left off her mother's arms and went straight and was trying to go straight back. It was like, Daddy, no, don't leave me in this unfinished basement house.
Yes.
No, don't leave me in this dirty house, because Porscha's house is always damn dirty. Why is that girl house always dirty? When she was in the baby room last week, the house was dirty. The kitchen always got stuff all around the counter. Do she clean?
I thought it was. I thought I hit the remote wrong, and I was watching Hoarders, and I saw her basement.
Yeah, that damn the rug in her daughter's room wasn't even white no more, girl. Sit down.
And then another thing is, like, even if I feel like if like Porscha was to get money from Dennis, she doesn't even like spend on the right stuff to make her daughter's room look right. When we were in there, she had a sterilite plastic bin in the girl's closet.
Exactly. That's what
And then, like, I'm not like, you know, not wealthy, didn't grow up wealthy, but my mother made sure that our things were like Montessori style, like you could reach and get yourself ready and all that stuff. She didn't even have like the proper closet, so like, you know, you could have the 2 rows, so like the stuff that's right there for the child, so the child can start practicing stuff. I didn't see any educational material.
No stuff.
In the room. And it was like, you know, for me as a mom, I'm like, you know, first of all, why you got that sterilite bin in your closet? Like, that's something you put on the that's what you put on.
She got a walk-in closet, and Pilar got a goddamn bin. What the hell?
Yeah, like, and it's just like you're not investing into her. Like, I feel like I don't think she probably invests that much time in her. I don't want to speak too much because I'm not there in Atlanta, but I would probably not.
We're not going to get into our mothering skills. We're going to let Dennis do that and follow closely along. I'm going to do some updated videos because Simon's been very, very busy on the internet making a damn fool of himself. So, you know, somebody got to drag him. And also, you guys, don't forget, so listen, if you guys haven't watched T.S. Madison's show, you have to watch it. It is so good. I think I'm going to start reviewing it. Also, I'm doing the Cardi B Tasha K trial, live updates every day. And I'll be on live probably Tuesday to discuss Porscha Family Matters. But I'm going to be going live tomorrow and dropping some videos. Really, listen, it's going to be good. Subscribe, turn your notifications on. And thank you so much, Kaya, Thick Girl, Judgy Justice, and of course, Betty, and also CK, the newest member of the panel. You know, thank you so much. And also, before I forget, I have my members only live this Friday. Y'all, I'm saving something really good just for you guys. Now this is over. Let's blow this thing up and actually really show what's what, because I'm sick of living in fantasy land, right? So this Friday, my members only live. And if you guys are worried about it, it's $4.99. You can cancel at any time. But you guys, all my members can tell everybody, I literally gave y'all the plot thing. Even Dale,
you sure did.
About.
You gave us everything.
They called me liars. They did this, they did that, said I was making up stuff. You know what? I need to start predicting lottery numbers because I hit it on the nail over. But
they need to show us these last 2 episodes. They need to do a behind the scenes or something. We need to know what foolery she did in the last 2 episodes so we can drag her ass some more.
That's what I'm trying, girl. That's what I'm trying to find out. I'm literally like, what y'all say? I'm literally behind like a leaf, like, hello, what's going on? You know, like, are you listening? No, I'm minding my business. Hey guys, you know, I'm literally doing what I can. I will say this though. Also, last thing before we go, thank you everybody. There's still 2240 people in here. Thank you for rocking out with us. This has been an epic live, but it was the season finale, so it had to be longer than most. Can you guys please hit the like button on your way out? Yes, if you guys enjoyed it, it helps me grow. So listen, if you don't like it, hit the dislike. It's cool. Just hit something.
It both work. They both help her in the algorithm. We don't care which one you press. Just press one of them.
Just do it for the algorithm.
Because y'all know she's giving y'all the real stuff. So don't do it. Give her props. Bye-bye.
Porscha girl, TisaTellss is helping you out. Stop being mad. Simon, you too. Stop being mad.
Exactly. Okay? They should be sending me a royalty check. All right, guys. Talk
Good
to
night,
you.
everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye bye.